Oh yeah.
I'll
Billy
go to
Collins.
YouTube. All right, we should be live.
Yeah, Billy on YouTube it says you're live.
Share here. Only of us can share the meeting.
Okay. Let's set it up on the old tripod. Hopefully this thing doesn't fall on my face. There, how's that look? That look pretty good.
Yeah.
Participant has set the speaking language to English. Okay, that's good. There we go. That don't look too bad.
That looks good.
This is a whole lot more comfortable in the living room than in the basement.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Way more comfortable.
All right.
Oh boy. I
I can't
hope
believe
that's
he didn't figure it out.
hey, I gotta get comfortable. Christy's laughing at me. All right, I'm just trying to I'm getting to the thing and I gotta share it on Facebook. Okay.
Oh.
Copy.
Hey, you should be cutting some weight here, Tracy, from this COVID, right?
Dude, I haven't eaten anything. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
lower. I'm probably lower than 220 right
Wow.
now. Because I weighed 226 for the Ohio State Championships.
Oh yeah, you're way under 220 now.
Yeah, I'm probably real low, but I'm probably gonna balloon back up as soon as I start eating regular again, just because I've been eating soup. But I'll still probably stick around the 225 mark and then cut to 220.
Which ain't bad. That's just a little water cut there.
They're gonna be in 285.
Yeah, you lost some
Why
weight.
is this not letting me do this? Okay, I'm just trying to share it. That's all I'm trying to do. Share. Let's go.
Just a little bit, Mike. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. A lot more than a little bit, buddy.
Share to your feed, share to your story, share to your feed, post to Facebook.
I blame my my transformation, my weight loss, all on arm wrestling.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because there's no way that I'd be looking the way I'm looking if it wasn't for arm wrestling.
That's how I feel.
That's a straight fact. I mean, I was
Big hops here. What up,
I was
big hop?
comfy eating whatever, not good. Is that great?
Okay, all right, I got it. It's on my Facebook. And share that to East Ohio group.
Oh yeah.
I just shared it on Facebook.
Okay. I think okay. Try to get this. There we go. Oh boy.
Oh, he ran off the porch. He's gone.
There we go. I think we're good to go.
All right. Cool.
We said in the evening.
Wonder if Gage will be able to figure it out.
Hope so.
Okay. So, all right. first order of business is I want to have a little recap of there he
Am I in
is.
here? Am I in here?
Yeah, there we go.
Not me being my girlfriend's name. Nice.
He's-
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So
What's up, Emily?
What's up, Emily? How you doing?
Yeah.
What's up, Em?
my phone is stupid. So like the mic
Uh,
thing would not turn on or off. So
that sucks.
oh well. I'm on.
He's on here. We can hear you. That's good.
What's up,
Cool,
Gabe?
man. Welcome. I gotta fix this a little bit.
There we go.
There we go.
So we'll do a recap real quick. Well, no, doesn't have to be real quick, but so what was everybody's experience at O States? Let's hear what happened. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I have no idea where you guys ended up and what you got or anything. I probably have liked, photos on Facebook, but I don't know exactly what you guys got. So, whoever wants to start it off, let's hear about your experience at O State.
Mike, you can fire that off if you want.
Oh, mine was crazy. I went in with the hopes of taking first left and right, being done amateur, and fell apart right-handed halfway through. Was feeling all right. Then had to go check myself in the parking lot. Wait for left-handed to start, and then it was just a whole different match. I mean, I just felt so ready.
What do you think happened? What happened with your right?
I don't know. I felt really good. I felt like I was in a position. I must have dropped my shoulder. Something left, and then it just took the whole hand, and it was over from there. Yeah, I've been working more on my cup on my right, just to keep that from happening.
Who was your losses to on the right?
I don't remember this guy's name. I don't remember his name. I'd never seen him before. He looked like a new puller, but he was a big guy.
And that was
then,
76.
yeah.
Was that the guy with the tall guy with the accent?
No, that was Alexander.
Oh, gotcha.
The other 176, he had like a black mullet or something. He had like curly hairs. Yeah.
But that was a pretty big class. It was like 13 guys. So
Yeah, it was
Whoa.
huge.
yeah, you would
Yeah.
definitely have to work for it.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, everything was going good until about halfway through. I don't know if it was because of the long pauses, but I mean, it is what it is. I just need to get better right, period. My cup's not good. Yeah. So
I'll work your hand for you. I'll work
Yeah.
through that hand if you want to strengthen it up.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
I picked up a couple different things here. And
I think most of the guys in that class were like new guys, or at least I haven't seen them pull before.
yeah, I mean that Alexander guy, I've never seen him pull before. I mean, he's gonna be someone to wreck with. He's
Oh yeah, I think he beat Anatole left-handed. So
What?
yeah,
he's
On your
nasty.
table.
I mean, he's
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
big.
no.
Who?
Are you talking about the Ukrainian guy?
yeah.
Yeah, so I met him at Michigan State. He's
Yeah,
here for a work visa actually. And he arm wrestled over in Ukraine and stuff, and like nobody was talking to him, so I was using translator on my phone and got him hooked up with like a Michigan arm wrestling group. And that was the second time I seen him, and his girlfriend was there to translate for him. He's a really strong dude.
Yeah, he's strong. But
Very
he kept
strong.
opening up and like just letting himself go. And
Yeah.
they didn't want his stuff breaking. So
Yeah.
yeah, but he's gonna be tough.
Which they did a good job on that, honestly, calling that, making sure.
Yeah, I didn't even get to see the first. I didn't get to see the first clip of him and I battling it out, but they said it was pretty bad.
Yeah, he just got to a point where his hand was out of his shoulder and he was still surging
Yeah.
forward, you know.
Yeah, he did that.
He,
3 times.
he was
Back to back.
turning this shoulder and
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know.
But he wasn't the only one doing that. There was another guy that was also, and it's like a couple times they've said, "Hey, look at it," and the next match he did the same exact thing, and it's like you gotta have to listen.
Yeah,
Jack.
but I was very satisfied left-handed. I got what I wanted. So
How did you finish left-handed? Go through that.
I I don't think I lost one. Yeah, I got hooked one time by Alexander, and then we had to battle out for first and second. So I mean, it was smooth up till him. And then we actually had a little fight, and I ended up taking first.
You got first left hand 176 AMs at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Yeah.
All right. So Mike, what's it looking like as far as your finishes at the tournaments? How many first place and second places do you got so far?
I got, so at the beginning of the year, I placed third at Buckeye Brawl, right-handed. Didn't place left-handed until just last Saturday.
Okay.
Which is insane since I am left-handed.
Yeah.
So 1/3 and 1/1. That's it.
Okay. Now you can pull, obviously you can pull pro if you want, but I don't think anybody would be like, hey, you're not allowed to pull amateur. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you got one win. Granted, it's a state amateur title, and that's good, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
But if you still wanted to pull AMs, you know, I don't see anybody having an issue with that still, you know.
Yeah, I was debating on whether pull amateurs at East Ohio or not, just because it was fun winning, but I want to battle, and I don't know.
If you want to battle, then go to the pro. Yeah.
Yeah.
You already got a state title. I mean, like, it's up to you though. I mean, like, you're warranted. You can do whatever you want as far as I'm concerned. You know, you've only placed twice, so I don't think anybody can say, hey, you're not allowed to pull AMs, you know.
Yeah.
I think you would definitely do, you definitely have some more battles for sure, like you just said in the pros. If you did 176 AMs, I would expect you to win that class at the tournament in November.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion, but what's up, Jack?
Hola, how's it going?
Howdy. Scotty, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
What up,
Good to see you
Scott?
guys.
Good
What
to
up?
see you.
What? The best 155 minus.
Kevin's a freak.
And you spelled minus wrong.
That's all right. That's the point.
Goodness,
He
Kevin.
said minus. Minus.
Yes, Kevin.
He didn't want to go by Emily. Come on, Gage.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, until she joins like a Zoom call for work or whatever, and then be like,
Oh
what the
my
heck?
She's the
goodness. Yeah,
best
they're like,
154 in
what is
Ohio.
What the heck? I misspelled it.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
All right.
Gage, how did your Ohio States go, man?
Pulled left amateur 176. I don't train it, so I didn't care how it went. Just kind of threw it in there for an extra arm because usually left is smaller classes. So shook it up a little bit. I actually gave a couple guys a fight left-handed, which I was surprised. But ended up 0-2. Then I pulled right-handed pro 154, and I think an 8-man class, 6-man class. Had 2 undefeated, and then I faced the guy from Georgia. Lost, and then I faced Anatol, and then lost. So 2-2, but ended up getting third.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah, I
good,
beat Perkins and Lawrence.
man. Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
So
Well,
then
that's
that moved
good.
me up to number 5 or
Good
whatever.
job, brother. Good job.
Yeah. Good job, man.
Yeah.
So you just pulled the 2 classes then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Man, I tell you what, Anatol was just going like a madman. He was pulling like 4 classes at once, wasn't he, or something like that? Jeez.
Yeah. I feel like if I can slow him down, if I can catch his hit, then I have a shot, but he's just quick. He's like right off the go. He just takes
Anatol's
everything.
sticky in certain spots too.
I pulled
Very sticky.
against him actually in like a bunch of classes up in Cincinnati. That kid got a lot of heart. I'll tell you what. I mean, Anatol. Hey, Billy, aren't you going against him on a super match?
I think we had that scheduled. I think I'm just canceling that one because I have no plans on going back to 76 anytime soon. Plus, he went to 54, so it's like,
Right. He's a
what
good kid.
what
I mean,
business does a 200-pound guy going against a 54 guy? Like, that's stupid.
he did like honestly like the in Cincy like 230 plus, and then also did like 199 plus 200 plus whatever. I mean, the kid has potential, but oh my god, I mean, you're stepping out of the realm of reality when it comes down to some of the bigger boys. I mean, he had absolutely zero for me, which I'm not trying to say anything, but he has good moves and technique. He'd be perfect in that 176, 150.
Oh, that's what he pulls.
158. Yeah. Well, he stepped up at all four.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Jack, you train with Anatol, don't you?
Yep.
So I would assume it would be his stamina that really helps, the situation, him being able to pull so many different classes, which is really nice. Plus, he's very strong.
Yeah,
He's very
Anatol
strong,
is definitely very strong. He has a lot of gifts. I think that probably one of the biggest things is just the fact that his style is incredibly unconventional. And I think a lot of people get tripped up on that. Like I've been training with him for probably 4 years now at this point, and I still don't have it figured out most of the time. Like strength wise, we're right there with each other. But then once it's kind of game time and he's just doing his disgusting, not hyper technical, just side pressure slamming, it's like, oh shit, I can't do anything now. So it's yeah, I think it's one of those cases where he is strong enough to just absolutely blast people, but the bigger differentiator right now is just the fact that he's very hard to figure out, and you have to have a ton of table time with him in order to kind of start figuring out how to attack that.
Yeah. Let's check out the chat real quick. We got a few people watching. I think we got like 7 people watching, something like that. Tony Stansbury says, "What's up?" Tony did very well at O State. He did very well. Won, I do believe he won amateur 242, right? I do believe, and second place left. I can't remember. Like I said, dude, it's hard remembering all them matches and trying to get everybody's, whatever everybody won. It's super hard to remember. So Tony's here watching Logan Cooper. Boom, Logan, jump in on the call, brother. He says 76 class, better watch out. I'm back to training hard and consistently. Let's go. Post Selena. Jack, that's one of your guys, yeah?
Nope.
What up from Columbus? You know who Post Selena is?
No, I mean, we definitely don't have anyone by that name.
I
So,
think that's Michael Clowder.
Is that who it is?
It looks,
oh yeah.
picture
Okay,
looks like it.
yeah, it's Mike Clowder.
Okay. Yeah, Tony said he won 210 amateur rank. Awesome. Good job, Tony. Let's see here. Kara Stans, Tony's wife. Can we just agree Billy has the best go? I'm biased. Obviously.
It is a pretty good go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Dude,
I
I tell
wasn't
you,
on your
I
table.
cannot. I can't. What's that?
I wasn't on your table to hear it. I only heard it from
Dude.
the other side.
Yeah, there was multiple people. I didn't even get to ref.
You
I
got
was
to
kinda
roast me
bummed.
for a couple ones, and I was glad for it.
Yeah, that the way they set that up was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like they randomly threw the Pro 154 randomly in the mix without giving us a warning. That was kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, there was multiple people. There's somebody else that was polling that I didn't get to ref any of their matches, and I was kind of bummed about it. But let's see here. Poe said Anatol is more of a problem if he stops a hit.
Absolutely.
It's Mega Mike. So I'm guessing that's Mike C. And then Tony 1-2-10. All right. Yeah. So but yeah, what was we saying? Yeah, I was gonna tell you guys that anytime that I'm doing any reffing, for an extended period of time, dude, I sound like Tracy does right now the next day. It's so bad. Like it's hoarse and it's so hard to talk sometimes. I can't just say ready, go. You know, it's kind of loud in there, so you want people to be able to hear you.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like I can't help it, dude. I just get all wound up and then I'm just like,
Robbie,
I don't
what
know.
up?
What's happening?
Not much, man.
hey,
No.
Robbie, what up, dog?
What's up?
Yeah. Harris says if Billy says go, you better move. Do something. So, all right. So, Gage, good job on that, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been working hard this year. I've been in the sport quite a while, but this year has been the most consistent. So I'm actually pretty happy. And I plan on going to your tournament, the 18th of November. So
Cool. Yeah.
we'll see if I drop to 154 because it is a bit of a drive to make the weight, but we'll see.
Well, I'm doing day before weigh-ins, and you can also do a video chat weigh-in also.
Okay.
So if you wanted to weigh in at the time, you can video chat
video
me.
that.
Not a video, not a
Yeah.
recorded video. It has to be live video, and you can weigh in that way also.
I might look into that because I'm like 3.5 hours, and then I also work super early in the morning on Saturdays.
All you do is FaceTime, man. It's FaceTime, step on the scale, boom, done.
Yep. Yeah.
Have
Easy
others
peasy.
done that, Billy?
Pardon?
Have other people done that for the weigh-ins
Oh,
that
yeah.
you're talking like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I did that for Garage Wars. There was like probably a dozen people that did that for that.
I guess I didn't know that was an option. That's
Well,
interesting.
I do it. You know, some people may or may not do that, but I don't see any problem with that at all.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
especially if it's video chat. You know, it's live.
It's
You know,
hard to
somebody's
cheat.
gonna hold the phone. You know what I mean? But other than that, you know, there's no problem with that in my eyes.
I'll
So
check that out.
that's cool, Gage, man. Love to have you, man. So
And I also have a week before your tournament, I have a super match with the man himself, Robbie Engel. So
oh
yeah.
oh
So,
snap.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
actually nervous about that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Because he
Right.
should be higher on the rankings than what he is. but-
Robbie's a dog for real. Robbie's a
Well,
dog.
I'm like 14th or something. I'm a pretty bad arm wrestler, actually.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. I'm assuming that's right hand. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing 165 since I have to cut for your tournament. So we're planning.
Okay.
So it won't be for rankings. Maybe in the
Okay.
future.
Well, there you go. It'll still be a nice dog fight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Over
I'm
at
trying to
Kevin's.
get a fight out there before Billy's event too, just to get a little practice in. Figured
Nice.
a pull would be better than a pull would be better than a practice to me. Starting to heal faster. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tracy, let's hear about your escapade at Ohio State, man.
So I placed third left and right-handed. The first time I've ever placed right-handed, so that was cool.
Cool.
I had Colin Palmer and Lincoln Munger in my class. Those were the two heavy hitters that placed
Now, was this AMs or pro?
amateurs.
Okay,
Amateurs.
yeah.
So they were the two big heavy hitters in the class. I also had a couple other guys. Elijah Campbell, he was from Chucky's group, the Wolfpack guys. Josh DeCoyle, he was from Toledo. He's trained with Jewel and a couple other guys, but I did okay. Colin ended up beating me both times, and I got really close with Lincoln Munger on left and right-handed. Really
Cool.
close. So I almost buried him with the flop right, and he slipped out and then beat me in the strap. And then left, I top rolled through his hand, and I went sideways too fast. He slipped out, and then beat me in the straps. But we placed both hands. I was happy for that. So I
Awesome, man.
feel good. Wish I would have done better, but
Hey, I mean, everybody always wishes they would have changed a little thing after the fact. I mean, it is what
Yeah.
it is.
just gonna train harder and
Knowing Colin's a Toledo guy, he should be pulling pro, strictly pro, definitely left-handed. So the fact that he was pulling amateur left-handed, man.
Well, I don't know.
Don't
Like
get stuff up.
I feel like Lincoln pulled Tim Lewis and in Milwaukee like last month or something.
I think Lincoln, if I do remember, I think he's only been in the sport maybe 2 years also.
He's strong, dude.
Yeah,
He
I
is
would
really strong.
be kind of fun.
But
What's up?
it was a cool class, man. Like I really enjoyed pulling those guys. Like I definitely improved since the last time that I've pulled, and I got a couple more third places. So
Dude, nice. So what's your
Yeah.
your stack up as far as your placings in the tournament so far? So what's your list?
I placed third at the Buckeye Brawl. I placed
And now this is all amateur, correct?
yeah, this is all amateur. I placed third at the Buckeye Brawl. I placed second left-handed at the Ohio State Rumble. That was the one in Columbus that Bill Connor
That
did.
was a huge class though, wasn't it?
I had Eric Morrison, a couple of those Lancaster
What
guys.
I'm saying, there's like 12 or 16 guys or something like that in that one.
I can't remember.
That was huge. The AMS class for that tournament was absolutely huge.
So I placed second for that one.
Jack remembers seeing me. He came to my rescue in that one. Oh my goodness, that was forever.
I placed second at Todd Jackson's summer event at Gus's. I placed
Okay.
second left-handed there, and then I got
Nice.
2 third places at this Ohio State Championship.
Okay. Yeah.
So I placed fourth.
So you're still, dude, I'll
Right.
tell you, you're just inching up there, man. Good.
I've placed
I'm proud of you.
third 4 times, second twice, and then that's it. That's it.
Cool, man. Cool. Awesome. So you planning on just pulling amateur at mine or no?
So I have a super match with Jacob Haught on the 11th. So depending on how I feel after that, I will probably be pulling at your tournament.
And that's
Yeah.
left-handed,
Yeah.
right?
We talked about
Yeah.
that, didn't we?
Yeah,
That's right.
I'll be going lefty with Jacob.
You're gonna
Okay.
kill him. I think you're gonna kill him.
He's strong, dude.
After our dog fight, he turned that left up.
He's been working with J Rob a lot, and I've had COVID for the last week, man. I ain't been training at all, dude.
Hey, that's just you resting.
I need to play
Yeah.
catch up.
Yeah.
Resting. You know,
Yeah, you're getting a
people
lot of rest
underestimate
right now.
the resting
Oh,
period.
it's so nice. Yeah.
You build it,
That's
and it
awesome.
builds back up. I mean,
But
you
I know in my head when I'm resting here, he's getting that work in with J Rob, that knowledge from J Rob,
Yeah,
Kevin, and all
Yeah.
them guys, you know.
yeah. You can't
But-
go.
Just go
I'm gonna-
sideways. You're good.
I-
Just go
I'm gonna-
straight side pressure.
I'm gonna give it everything I got, man.
Yeah. Well, good, man. I'm proud of you guys. I mean, you guys are putting in the work. You know, I'm proud of you guys for sticking with it. And
And
you
I've
know.
cut a lot of weight also, so I'm hoping here recently that now I'm at the weight that I want to be at, that I'm going to be able to put
Heck
on some
yeah.
muscle and stay strong.
How many pounds have you total? It was like what, like 60 pounds, something like that you lost, isn't it?
I started at like 285, 290, and the lowest I've been so far is 220. So like
Dang,
60, 70 pounds.
That's awesome, man. That's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, my
And
first.
I bet you probably feel so much more healthier.
I do, man. I really do. Like, especially because I have like some, heart issues or whatever. But dude, when I first started, like my first event at Filthy Animals, I was like 285, dude. I was just like in rough shape, man, arm wrestling. And I
Yeah.
just, slowly cut weight, and then I got real serious about it. Now we're at 220, and we'll see what the
Okay.
future holds.
And you're what, like 2 years now? Or less than
no,
2 years?
8 months.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, he started when I started.
I started like the exact same time as Mike.
Bro, I didn't even you guys are way ahead of me, dude. I didn't even pull a tournament until 1 year.
Wow.
I pulled instantly as soon
I
as I
waited.
could.
I pulled
And
instantaneously.
then
Yeah.
pulled my
I think
first
it
tournament.
2 weeks of practice, and then I went to my first tournament.
Yeah, that's how I was.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
wasn't that at the last year's Buckeye Brawl?
Filthy.
So that means that you started in December then.
No,
We was just
Yeah, because I pulled at Filthy Animals and I got waxed.
yeah,
up.
that was the
That's when I
beginning
met
of
Chad.
January. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started
Oh,
right
wow,
before
okay.
Christmas of last year, 22. So you're coming up on a year then. So you're at what, 10 months right now, maybe
Yeah.
10
yeah,
months.
so that's where I'd be too, because I started filthy. So
Okay. Well, you guys are right there. Isn't that cool being able
Yeah.
to have somebody to, go up the ranks
oh yeah,
with?
dude.
you know.
I remember us talking there first time being scared and nervous, you know what I mean, at our first tournament. Now I see this
Oh,
guy
yeah,
every
man.
tournament I go to, man.
That's good,
Yeah,
man.
it's
That's
good
great to see. That's great to see. I like those kind of stories,
Oh, it's cool,
Yeah.
man. I've
And the
definitely made
best-
it.
Transformations are
Best
awesome
is
too.
whenever somebody changes their life from, the
I was just
drastic,
gonna say, yeah, the
just to
transformations
getting
are huge.
healthy and strong, and it helps in other
Oh, it
aspects
changes your whole life.
of
Definitely.
everyday life,
Yeah, it's changed my whole life. That's for sure.
Oh, it's awesome, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Total awesome.
Yeah.
Robbie,
What's up?
what's up, man? How's it going, brother?
Oh, it's going,
I ain't got to
moving.
hear from you in a while, man. I haven't got to talk to you in a while.
Yeah, moving, man. I moved into a 4,300 square foot house, so
Cool.
it's been a lot, and there's been plumbing issues and window issues and
Oh,
car
boy.
issues, and so it's just been it's been fun.
Have
But
you got
I have
to be
I have a
in
gym
moving
now,
and pulling lately or anything like that?
no, not with the last pull I did was
Dog fights.
dog fights. I went and visited there at Kevin's, and before that, I went down to watch Drew pull John Hanowski. I watched them pull a little bit in the after pulls there.
Oh yeah, that's right. You was down in Liverpool. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that was probably my first time back on the table was that one, and then I went to dog fights. Felt pretty good. Like that, my arms don't hurt or anything. It's just time.
Yeah.
Many other things pulling me. So arm
Oh,
wrestling's
yeah.
still there. I'm very much there. It's just not. I don't have the. I don't. My schedule is just freaking. Just
Yeah,
too
I
much.
understand that right now for sure. That's why I haven't been able to do hardly anything. I mean, obviously because it's been summer, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then I started another, side venture, that I'm working on and stuff. So I haven't had time. That's why I haven't done anything, you know what I mean? Plus I'd kind of been in a little bit of a funk for the past few months. So, it's understandable. People's got, busy schedules and families to take care of and everything,
Life happens.
So what's the match? It's Robbie versus
Gage.
Gage, right?
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
Kevin put that together. Yeah, because I keep asking Kevin when I said pick me somebody, and then he just picked him, and I'm like, you're throwing me against a heavy hitter, so we'll see. Because I think he deserves like top six for sure. Because some of the guys I think are too low or too high. So
Well, it could be a pretty good match. Robbie, he's not right. Robbie knows it's not, the knowledge isn't you're not gonna lose the knowledge.
Yeah.
Some loss in table time possibly could hurt, maybe some reflexes or something, maybe quickness possibly, but
I'm not quick.
he said I'm not quick.
good.
Not on the table anyway. I'm fast. I'm very fast. I'm a very fast runner. I'm a very good shifter on cars, but I'm not fast on the table for some reason. You guys say go. I don't do anything.
But you're good at a lot of places on the table. You know what I mean? It's not just you're stuck in one area. You're very fluent on the table.
Yeah, everything feels good. I like to pull. That I guess that's one thing. Minus my speed. I feel comfortable in all spots.
Yeah.
Even flop. I don't feel uncomfortable in flop. I don't feel uncomfortable in the hook per se. I don't. There's certain positions that are bad for me, I'm sure, but they don't necessarily feel uncomfortable. Just someone beating me in a spot that I just can't beat them in. But that's all of us.
It's understandable. So what's your guys' thoughts on the match? How do you guys think the match is gonna go? You know, I mean, Robbie, it's been a while since you've been on the table, but how do you think the match is gonna go, seeing what Gage has done in the last year or two?
He's gonna blow right through me is what he's gonna do. Honestly, I have I guess kind of thrown out that whole technically I'm not wrong. I predicted 3-1s every time, and I'm not wrong, I'm just not the winner. So I lose 3-1, that's all right. I just when I go into these matches, like let's say with Terrence, for example, I didn't have any pain, didn't have any issues, no nothing. The only issue was my hand I stopped feeling it. I don't know, didn't have that before. And so it's like each tournament there's something new. There's just something new that shows up. And so like even if I got my ducks covered, which I've seriously thought I've had like on my David Lee super match, my Terrence super match, or a tournament I went to, I've had my ducks like, all right, I got this thing, and then something new pops up that I'm just either not prepared for or just can't overcome, or I fail at overcoming. And so this time I'm just kind of going in with I'm an arm wrestle, and you see where it goes, you know.
Yeah.
not if my hand goes numb, I don't know, my hand, I've experienced that before. If it doesn't, then that's great, because it doesn't do it in practice. That's my biggest problem with all of this matches has been I can practice for hours. I can go hard. I can pull with Kevin, not beat him or nothing, you know, but I can pull with you guys and not have an issue. I go to a tournament, I have one match and my hand goes numb. I don't understand how that can happen, because I've pulled against strong guys at our club first match, even you or somebody stronger than me. My hand doesn't go numb. My hand's fine. I go into a tournament, I pull one match, I let go of my hand, and it's done. So could just be nerves.
Say that's an adrenaline dump when your hand goes numb.
I don't know. Because
like I've had that a couple times.
Just like
then it goes away.
I was, yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, so I like when Julie last did that strap, like I felt so comfortable with Terrence. I felt so great, and I was good here. Everything great. And the second that strap came up, my hand just went, and I was just like, uh-oh. And I could feel it. I could never.
Yeah.
And I don't know what, because I've been in the strap before though, and I've gotten it released and never had that specific issue. So either Terrence just pulled me to a certain spot, or I did something, I don't know. And then after that, go left arm, and somebody twists me when I'm after the match. That messed up all kinds of stuff on my left side and coordination issues. So I just took a break and stepped out. I feel comfortable. I feel fine. But just, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see. You know, I don't hear any goes. So
yeah,
you don't have to worry about me flash pinning you. I don't have that ability.
Gage, what's your thoughts, man?
I think it's probably going to be 3-2. I think depending on the first match, depending on how he sets up, is when I'm going to figure things out. The David Lee super match, he set up a way I never felt before. So then he got me 2-0 or 0-2 or whatever. And then I came back and adapted. So if it's something similar to that, then I know what to come to. It's just all about the first setup. And then if I get the win, then I'll have the confidence. If I get to lose, or if I lose, then I have to adjust. But I'm able to. So it all depends on the setup.
Quick note, shout out to Jack Jacobson for reffing those matches. Did a good job on those, Jack. Thanks, man.
Hopefully, yeah, I didn't do that terrible. It's definitely my first experience reffing, so
pretty good.
I definitely got valuable input from other people about
pretty
stuff
fair
to improve upon for the future.
Yep.
So
I thought you did very well for your first time.
Well, thank you. Reffing sucks.
It's
not fun.
definitely a hard thing to deal, you know, especially if you're doing a lot of it, you know. But the more times you do it, the easier it gets, the more comfortable you become, you know. So, you know, we need more refs, period, in Ohio. So, you know, if you're willing to do it, that's definitely a great thing.
Reffing sounds fun. I'd love to do that.
Dude, I'll show you, or you know, whatever you need to learn.
I'll do it. Yeah, if you wanna hook me up, an like something that I can schedule, like when I would be somewhere to ref, and we can get it scheduled to where I'm actually going to be there for that purpose, not for arm wrestling or witnessing it and actually ref, I'd be down for that.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. That'd be sweet.
It'd be good to have
Um,
guys like really, that have like some serious years into though to be reffing. You know what I
Arm
mean?
wrestlers turn into refs or be refs as well. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
See, I've tried to show non-arm wrestlers how to ref, just so we had specific people for reffing and not non-arm wrestling, so that way you don't have to take away from your pulling.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's way too hard. I mean, if you're not an arm wrestler, you don't understand.
They're not
what-
looking for the things that arm wrestlers would look for. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're not looking
So-
for the stuff that they know people are trying to get away with.
Yeah, what it ends up being is just you get people that are able to do it, and they sacrifice some of the time at the event to help ref. Luckily we got myself, Christina, for November 18th, we got myself and Christina head reffing, Justice Black and Zach Perkins are down reffing. So we got 4 good refs. Zach's done a pretty good job, and Justice has done a pretty good job also down reffing. So I think we're squared away on the reffing. I have 2 extra people for fill-in refs, just in case we need to, take a break or something like that, or else we need some help somewhere else. So I think we got the reffing pretty much squared away for November.
Is there super matches for your turn?
November?
As of right now, the only super match that we have scheduled is Mr. Scott Agulia and Tim Lewis left hand.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right.
So
Let's go.
I really would like to have a ladies super match, but it's
Yeah,
hard
Christina-
finding.
Christina and Martha was a good match, dude.
Dude, it was a
Oh,
great match. And
That
I
was an awesome match.
I mentioned something to some people about having a rematch of that, and it was just like, you know what I mean? The whole kicking a dead horse thing or something like that. But it was a 3-2. It was very close. It was so exciting. But I'd love to have a ladies super match, at the beginning of the tournament also. But it is what it is. Jennifer Pendleton, I asked her about a super match with somebody, and it just wasn't going to work out for that one. But I'm all ears for any ladies match if anybody has any leads.
I mean, Gerald's daughter, Cody Smith, and Leah just had a couple matches in a tournament in Indiana recently.
Oh yeah.
And I know Leah's pretty new and Cody's been doing it for a while. So I mean, maybe in a super match format, it would turn out a little bit different, but that could be a
Yeah.
possible matchup.
The one thing we got to think about too is, whether or not people where they live,
Yeah.
because
Right.
East Ohio is not in the position right now to afford to pay people for super matches. So that necessarily is out of the question right now. So people that are, 5-6 hours away, asking people to come travel 5 hours and pull a super match for free, it's like, so we'll see. I don't know. But next year for sure, we're gonna have some nice money involved for East Ohio Championships for 2024. So that's the goal for this year, is to get some money in the bank, so that way we can have some cash payouts for next year. Hopefully it'll work out. So Jack, my man, what's going on in your neck of the woods, brother?
Not really a whole lot. We're just kind of still running practices every week. I haven't been super competitive or really doing anything since my wrist injury back in whenever the Ohio State Rumble was. So it was like April, something like that. So yeah, still just kind of chugging along. Left arm, right arm is total shit now, but whatever. It is what it is.
How are your
it's-
guys' turnout at the practices? Or like, is there enough like 10 plus guys or?
Yeah, so like a pretty standard practice is around 20 at a minimum with like 5 to 6 tables. So
Because I always
Um,
wanted to make the trip out, but it's like you
It's a
usually
good-
post it last minute.
It's
yeah,
a
I
good
mean,
practice.
yeah, that's pretty standard for us now. One of the guys who actually went to the tournament in Richmond yesterday, Owen Labe.
Oh, and
He's one
Yep,
of the
yeah.
154-pound guys. Super cool kid, super nice. He actually started a club at OSU for arm wrestling. So
Okay.
we're kind of helping him with that and offering to provide resources both in terms of like trainers essentially and tables. So hopefully, I mean, figure OSU, there's like 30,000 young dudes. Most of them probably like arm wrestling. They've done it at some point at drunk college parties and shit like that. So we're getting a few guys in from OSU as well that have been starting to come to practices and getting their feet wet. So hopefully numbers will continue to increase and probably here in like 3 or 4 months, once life kind of settles down a little bit, probably I'll wind up doing like another Ohio Super Match series or organizing a tournament, something. Just kind of depends on what all is going on and trying to like not double book weekends with other events as much as possible. Because
Yeah.
obviously that just murders turnouts. But
Mhm.
Yeah. Owen actually lives in Perrysburg, so he's came to a couple of the Toledo practices.
no,
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
Cool.
That's
he's
awesome.
strong, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Strong.
I mean, yeah, he was a competitive gymnast all the way up until about a year ago. So, well, at the main practice location, it's actually at Jacob Cox. His house in Grove City is like where our standard kind of weekly practice is. Every once in a while, either myself or John Freeman will host if Jacob's not available. But like
Shout out
9
John
times out of
Freeman.
10,
Love that dude.
yeah, so like 9 times out of 10, it winds up being at Jacob's place. And we have like 4 tables that just live there permanently. His whole basement's basically just a gym. And he actually has some rings set up from one of the rafters. And one of the first practices that we had at his house, Owen got on the rings and started doing all his gymnastic shit. And we were all just like, holy crap, this is he's legit.
That's cool. That's cool. I'd like to see some of that. So, what other topics do you guys want to talk about? We went over O State, that was a great event. Obviously, like people have said online, there's things that can benefit, work better towards and stuff like that. But I think it was a pretty good event, it's fun, the DJ match versus
Daggers.
yeah, Austin, man, that was a good match. Those guys
yeah.
was right there. That was a fun one too. But
I think
You
it
know.
just I think it just came down to Jagger's arm wrestling ugly, dude. He's willing to commit that shoulder, you know what I mean?
mhm.
He got down and dirty for it.
And
was
it wasn't like it was grossly out of his shoulder either. It was
No, like just
it was like, right in line with his shoulder, dude. It
Yeah.
looked good. Looked real good.
yeah, I think he just, put it all on the line, you know what I mean? It was a great match, dude. I loved watching it.
Yeah, that was a fun one. So what other topics do you guys want to bring up for
I think
Ohio or
I
whatever?
think,
you guys want? I don't care. Whatever you guys
in the
want to talk about.
future, I think if we can get a tournament that does a projection screen for the brackets, so who's coming up and who's whatever. Because at the Ohio State and some other tournaments I've been to, they always go up to the table and say, "Oh, am I next?" Oh, whatever. But it'd be cool to get like some type of projection screen, and it says, "Okay, on deck, blank, blank, blank."
Like a
This
wrestling,
person,
wrestling
yeah, because
tournament.
then you can see it right on the wall, maybe behind or right next to the stage, and then it'll show like who's coming up, and then you can
We
kind of
just-
count.
We used to print it out for wrestling. You just print out the sheets, you know what I mean? And you'd walk up to your wall where your weight class is, look at who's up
Right.
first, who's got buys. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think that'll really change the game if like at least one of these maybe in the near future or next year or something, puts that together.
Well,
It's
my
like-
plan for November was at least just to put, we got one of those little cheap, projector things that you can just plug into your whatever, your cell phone or whatever you want to use, little HDMI input, and just, we got the bracket system, it's very nice to look at, it's no big deal. We just hook up the projector and just put it right on the wall.
That'd be awesome.
So at least for one of the classes, because we're going to run two laptops, one for pro, one for am.
Oh, okay.
One person's going to be calling out the ams, one other person is going to be calling out the pros. So it's going to be two separate tournaments. You're going to have your am tournament over here and your pro tournament over here. Everything's separate.
Well, that'd be nice. And that's at your tournament coming up?
That's going to be November. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I only have one projector. So if somebody has another projector, we could do both.
Actually, I think it's like one of those really small ones, but I can see if I can find
it's
it.
just only like,
Yeah,
dinky,
plugs,
I think they're
plugs
only
right
like
into your phone. Yeah.
$100 or something like that, or $80 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
$60.
It would just be nice to have to because like if you know that you have a bye first round, you know what I mean? You don't have to get warmed up or like get dumped of like your adrenaline or anything. Like you can take it easy, see who's going first, pay attention to that match because you have time for the next one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have.
Yeah. So that's the plan with the projection up on the wall. And that church that we're going to be at, they got plenty of white walls there. So we got plenty of spot to, to project the.
Yeah, our 3D scope. It's a big old church, ain't it?
Yeah. Was you at the one last year? No, that was before you started. That's right. Yeah, it's high ceilings. I don't know, maybe. I don't know.
Scott, you've been doing any training?
The size of what
Tim?
State was.
What's
Oh,
up, brother? I'm here. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Hey, I have a question because I just love listening to you guys. Who was the person that was talking about having like fatigue or not feeling like within their own self going to the table after, what was that?
That was
Robbie?
I
Yeah,
believe so.
Was that Robbie?
Yeah.
All right. Is Robbie gone now?
He's muted. Yeah, he's out of his
Rob
chair
at
right
work.
Yeah.
So he's probably taking care of a patient right now. Would be my guess.
Yeah, no worries. But the only thing I really wanted to kind of like touch on that was you get all hyped up the night before, obviously, especially if you have weigh-ins, like the environment and
There he
whatnot.
is.
And then, yeah, hey Robbie,
What's happening?
what's up, brother? Hey, on that weird feeling going in, too, like is that what you're trying to describe?
What do you mean? What? Sorry, I was.
If you have like a fatigue or you just don't feel right going into a match after waiting a minute.
No, because I've had it like this in literally the moment. Like I've been fine, feel okay. It's been, I arm wrestle to somebody who I don't even like. If you talk about the feeling of power levels, right? Because like if I arm
Right.
wrestle, let's say J Rob at our group, he's gonna crush me. He's got me crushed. But I arm wrestle guys in my class, they're not. I mean, they can beat me, but they're not that strong. So when I'm arm wrestling with them, they shouldn't do. Or at least I feel my arm should not be like it feels. So like I'll arm wrestle, let's say Terrence, or I'll arm wrestle somebody, and then I take off that strap and my hand, it feels like I don't have an arm anymore. It feels like I couldn't do anything with it.
It's called a dead
and-
hand. Yeah, Robbie.
Yeah.
It's called a dead
Yeah.
hand. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So
Yeah.
it's basically nerves and lactic acid built up into that. So milk it. That's the only thing I can possibly say. Here's
What do you
the
mean
whole
milk
thing.
it? What do you mean milk
Milk
it?
it, like raise it up and you can milk it yourself. Just milk it
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
I'm
What are we
sorry,
talking
guys,
about?
to
Men
go off
milking? What?
Milk.
What are
What's
we
that?
talking about? Men milking? I don't think maybe we're in the wrong direction.
No, I'm talking about rubbing all the blood out of your wrist.
Oh,
You gotta
okay.
milk it.
Get rid of it,
Yeah.
milking it.
We're
Yeah.
milking it.
This is milking? What?
Yeah.
Like obviously Billy wasn't on a farm, but yeah, that's called milking.
Yeah, the rub
That's-
down.
that's
What do you need a rub down?
I'm
You
sorry.
want me to rub your arm?
Going nuts.
That's all it is just rub down. Now we're calling it milking. Where did this go?
Yeah, I had that problem. I had this tendon in here be going numb and stuff, man. And everything would just
Okay.
disappear from my hand. Yeah. Wasn't good.
Absolutely.
especially in a
Or did it go away?
situation. You definitely got to get
It actually hung around for like 3 weeks. Every time I'd grab something in a certain area on my hand, it would put everything to sleep, and it'd be a while before it woke up. But yeah, it ain't happened lately. So
I'll text
Whatever
Zach
it
and
was.
have him make a shirt. Just milk it.
just.
yeah,
Hey, can you milk my arm? Can you milk? Can I get milk?
okay.
I know, right? Well,
I
sorry guys
will
for bringing that up, but
I
I've
don't know
dealt
which
with that.
one
Way to
sounds
go,
worse.
Scott.
Hey,
Way to go, Scott.
I'm sorry,
Got
Billy.
everybody
Yeah,
talking
the
about
heavy
milking
hand
each other's
gotta milk
arms.
it.
I
You
will.
gotta milk
I'll spend $25 on that shirt.
I don't know
Oh,
what
that's
sounds
all right.
worse.
Whatever it is.
Hey,
Just
milk
milk
me,
it
bro.
real
Let's do it.
quick. Hey,
Milk
milk
me,
me, bro, or give me a rubby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
Can you give me a rub down
Hey,
or
just give me-
or something? Oh,
Just give
my
me a
goodness.
rubby real quick, man.
Hey,
Whatever.
Tracy, just like that Matt Mask shirt, you know how you got the crazy hand? It would be just the arm up like this and be like, a hand here. It'd be like, could you rub me down? Or can you milk me?
Like that.
You know? Dude, that shirt would be bomb, dude.
Well, hey, God,
Yeah,
gentlemen, I
I'd
could
buy
have
it.
said something worse, like jack off your arm. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to keep it PG, so milk it.
Hey, and then Scotty, no, I applaud you for it. Thank you, man. We definitely needed some laughs for sure, man. That was a good one. Maybe I'll have
Love you
Christy
guys.
come up with something, put a one-off shirt on it or something.
Oh man.
Dude, that's hilarious. Did you get your question answered, Scotty?
I think the original question is if I'm training good for Tim. Hey, be quite honest with you. Tim has such an unorthodox style. I have no idea what to expect, guys. Just put it
Yeah.
that way. I'm gonna be prepared for as much as I could. So we'll see what happens. Just put it that way. I know he's not gonna stop my hit. The thing is that if he parks me, then we're gonna have a problem. I'm gonna go negative all the way back. So
Yeah.
flash.
He just
Yeah.
gets so sticky, like all the way
Yeah.
stretched out like this, and just
I know. And if you watch the videos, guys, it's such a low format. It's like very low off the table.
yeah, dude.
So it's almost like doing like a I want to say like a chest fly,
yeah,
because he gets into that press. He's bench pressing. That's what he's doing. So I'm in trouble if that happens. So I don't know, gentlemen. Put it that way. I'll put my best foot forward. I'm ready for it. I'll be ready for it. So
have you
I
pulled
don't know what to
Tim
do, so
before in
it's
a super
unorthodox.
match at all, or no?
no, this is my first one. This is the only thing I ever wanted, and it's going to go down because he's nationally ranked. Obviously, in Pennsylvania, there's no ranking system, so this is my time to bite off a little bit of anything. You know?
Pennsylvania, they need to get their stuff together.
Is it
Yeah, I
lefty
know,
then?
right? What's that?
Is
Yes,
it left?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's left. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think there's a weigh-in cap. Like today, I weighed in at 214, 215. I think I'll be stout and ready about 220, 221. somewhere in
Make
that
sure
neighborhood,
you,
so.
Scott, make sure you and Tim have a weight, weight agreed upon. Now, I do believe you guys had a weight agreed upon whenever I talked to you guys about that. Okay, so we might have to go back into some text messages or something, or else you can message Tim, or else I can message Tim, or whatever.
Yeah, I'd rather be outside the box because I don't want to talk.
That
to
way
Tim.
everybody's on the same page, because I don't want you guys, not understanding
Agreeing.
everything about the altogether.
All right, that sounds good.
And if you guys are betting money, don't get me involved in any of that.
No, not at all. Just if you could, it's your tournament. Do the pinpoint on weight. That's all. That's the only thing I ask for. If that's okay. If not, I'll do it myself.
Okay.
Whatever
Yeah, I
you
can
feel
ask.
comfortable with. I'm pretty sure he's okay
Yeah,
with
I'll go
220.
back in the text messages and see if you guys had agreed upon a weight prior, and then we'll just go
Yeah,
from
I
there.
appreciate it, Billy. I'm
So
sorry. I
if there was
totally-
already a
totally
weight
forgot about
agreed
that.
upon prior, I'll just let you know what that weight is, and then if there wasn't, then I'll get with you guys and we'll go over that. Let me catch up on the
I
chat
appreciate
here,
it.
guys, here real quick. Let's see here. Like I said, oh, sorry, my alarm's going off. Let's see here. Logan, I already said that, didn't I? Logan is making a 176. Sorry, it's my dog.
Who's Logan?
Let's see
Is he
here.
from Ohio?
Big Hop. Anybody pulling with Tim unless it's in a super match isn't a good gauge on anything. There you go. Tony Stansbury says 100% gauge. A lot of these people live in the amateur way too long.
Hey, I actually second that. I think a lot of these guys need to just go to pro, and you're gonna learn a lot more in pro than amateur beating up on everybody.
Kara said, well, I'm glad you're back. I'm not sure who that was referring to. Grip, Zach's in the chat. He said, been a long time. Pulseo TV, he's here or was. Hopefully he's still here. Good to see the show again. Big love, Billy. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Manolo. He's a great person and a wonderful arm wrestler. I like that guy a lot. Josh Croxall, glad to see the podcast again. Awesome. I was just out at his place. Dude is a tank. Tank. That should be his nickname. Josh the Tank Croxall. Matthew Speakman says, what's up, guys? Postelina, the Whistlers in the house. Matt Speakman, he says, hey, Billy, just want to let you know I am training to go after Mike James for his spot. Oh, snap. I'm assuming that's left-handed. I'm guessing.
Wait, is that the same guy that just pulled amateurs in Indiana?
Yeah, Matt Speakman. He did
Matt
just
Speak-
pull
Like, shit, at that
Indiana.
point, it's like, why is he pulling? Didn't he just beat Corey or Cassie or whoever that was at Supermatch Series?
In Columbus,
Yeah.
He beat
Yeah.
Casey Leggett.
Yeah.
Casey.
And isn't Casey like number 8 or something like that?
Not
One thing-
really sure where Casey sits.
One thing kind of what I look at, you know, if this is any gauge for anybody, if you guys, you know, want to listen to it, you don't have to, but what I do is I look at time in the sport and also placings at tournaments. You know, so if you have, you know, 3 years in the sport and no placings at all, then you can pull AMs. It's no big deal. But if you have 3 years in the sport and, you know, 3 first places, you're pulling pro or, you know, open, whatever. You know, if you have, say, 2 first places at rinky dink tournaments, not calling anybody's tournament, but a smaller event, and then say you have a second place at a state tournament and 3 years in the sport, then I would say, yeah, that you pull open. But say somebody is 1 year in and has maybe a third place in a state tournament and maybe one win in a smaller event, that's really kind of right on the line. But I would say, yeah, go ahead and still pull AMs, you know. But if you got somebody 2 years in and is getting consistently winning AM events, like there's no reason for them to be in the AM class at all.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I'm a firm believer. It's like, you know, when you should pull pro, like there's a feeling like you
Yeah.
could win
Oh,
one
yeah.
amateur tournament, but that could be a fluke and then get like third or not even place in the next one.
one other thing too is what we got to think about is who did you pull in the tournament?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you go to Jim Bob's cornfield and win an amateur event over there, okay, you pulled guys that maybe nobody even knows, or who knows who they were. They might not even know how to pull. So it's who did you pull? You know, that's one thing that we just don't know. You know, so
We
it's
need more
it's all,
organization.
you know,
I'm just getting to a point now, like being an amateur for like 8 or 9 months. Like I've pulled so many pros in the amateur classes. There's like almost 0 point for me to pull amateur anymore. I'm just pulling guys that fucking, you know what I mean? They've won pro classes, and I'm just chilling out in amateurs trying to do my best. You know what I mean?
right.
They want a shiny trophy for their ego.
I'm fighting like a dog for these third and second places everywhere I go, man. I'm just
I
ready
got
to-
so many amateur trophies that I don't even care anymore. It's like
honestly,
toss those
dude,
away.
I don't think I'm ready to be competitive with Rich Calero or none of those big 220s yet, but I'm gonna give it my best shot and then just train as hard as I can, you know.
Mac Speakman, he says, yes, left, I pulled amateur right. So he pulled pro left, amateur right.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Wilkinson's here, Wildman Arms. They must got their own YouTube now.
Wilkie.
Oh,
Wilkie.
hey, tell him to join. We got a super match at Buckeye.
Ooh, nice.
I'm gonna crack
Oh,
that full 3-0.
You guys talk amongst yourself and I'll send him the link. Hopefully he can jump on. If anybody has any topics you want to go over, go right ahead.
I don't know, Gage.
Absolute silence.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Gage? You think I'm ready for pro class or what?
I mean, have you pulled a pro tournament yet?
No.
Then just do it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was
I mean,
thinking,
that's the
too.
only real.
That's
Just
honest-
jump in.
That's honestly like where I've been like just come to at this point where I'm just like,
Or if you want to pull amateur and pro, see if there's a tournament out there. Sometimes they do it like pros first and then AMs, and then it doesn't really do much. But obviously, you don't want to do AMs before pro because then that ruins your chances if you get burnt out.
I'm gonna just have to go up against some dogs like Scott there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to go up against him eventually.
Yeah.
And then
Well, that's
Rich and Tim Lewis.
What's going to happen? You're going to show up, and then you're going to realize that you're probably the worst guy in the class.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you get a win, you get a win.
For
But
sure.
also, you don't want to show up and like realize you're like the best guy in the class, and it's like pulling amateur again. You're just gonna
Yeah.
walk. You kind of want to fight, unless it's like a state tournament or a big
I
tournament.
want
with
to say,
payouts.
gentlemen, it's going to make you better. Hey, it's going to make you better, guys. I started this whole campaign of arm wrestling like 4 years ago now. Like time's flying right now, but I wasn't like the best person at all on the table. I had one little thing, and that's basically it. And then I one little move, put it that way, and I still have that one move. I'm trying to get a little bit more broader as far as my arm wrestling skills. But beyond that, what I'm trying to say is you have to jump into the wolf pack. Like honestly, like you have to jump in. Don't sit around and be a trophy collector and like on AMs. I know you guys aren't, but you guys like eventually got to break out through that little area, and it's a fine line. You're basically going to go from hero to zero in like 0.2 seconds. And then after that, I'd rather be at the bottom and work my way to the top. We got years and years and years to do this. So it's not going to happen overnight. Like Rome wasn't built
Well,
overnight.
hopefully we have years and years and years.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about, Billy, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm at the bottom of the barrel.
Well, that's
100.
good. At least you put yourself there.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I worked hard to get to the bottom of this barrel. Climbed out of the other barrel. Now I'm at the bottom of the other.
How's your
I
left
like
looking,
that.
Billy?
I like it.
I
That's
liked how Trojan Wars over in Pennsylvania by Paul Lynn. They had like a amateur, then they had like there's something in between amateur, and then there was a semi-pro and a pro. And that was kind of cool because it specifically said like, hey, if you're in the amateur class or novice, it was something like a novice or an amateur. And it was like, hey, you've never pulled before ever, come into this class. And then they had like hey, you've pulled a little bit before, but you're not like the champion. And then you had like the semi-pro and the pro. And I thought that was a nice, that give that step up to where you have a semi-pro class, but you still have to kick out these guys that are clearly pros or clearly around too long or too good. They shouldn't even be in the tournament. Like not in a semi-pro or amateur sense.
I think one other thing also is the people that are weighing and signing the people in,
Mm.
you know, who do we have doing that? You know, either one volunteers or people that are being paid to do it. You know, most of the time these people don't know who any of these other people are. You
Yeah.
know
Nope.
what I mean? So who is the one that is actually saying, okay, this person is too good for this? You know, like these people don't know. You
Yeah.
know?
I think they do that at Michigan State, or at least try to. They kind of weed them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Who's Steve Pettis has done that multiple times in tournaments where there's been someone. I can remember there was a Northern Kentucky Championships. This was maybe like 2 years ago or something like that. Where Gabe Young, not super
Yeah.
well known in this area, but yeah, like he's
Yeah.
relatively big on social media, has done a bunch of YouTube shit or whatever. And he showed up at the tournament, entered in amateurs, absolutely waxed the first two people. And Steve stepped in, being the reasonable man he is, and was basically like, all right, get the fuck out. I'll give you two options. You can either join the pro class and we'll start you with like no losses and we'll just kind of go from there, or you can leave because you're going to hurt someone. Because his style, especially, he's just incredibly aggressive, very, very
Yeah.
fast. And I think it really just falls onto tournament directors and kind of like Billy was saying, whoever is running the event or the most experienced people should be able to make that judgment call and call out the BS when they see it and not let it keep going on and, get some new guy injured.
But I think I might have an option for November. Okay, so we got Tim's pulling a super match, right? He's going to be working the brackets. He's going to be there. I'm sure I could get Tim and myself kind of looking over the weigh-ins and the sign-ups and stuff, and kind of peruse through them and see who signed up for what, and then adjust accordingly before the tournament starts.
Yeah. Just
Because
reach
we're
out.
not the ones that have to do the weigh-ins and stuff. So we got people that are being paid to do it, which is nice. So we don't have to do everything, which is really good. So we'll take a look at that and we'll try to keep people out of the AM side that belong in the pro.
That's a good idea there, Billy, guys. Honestly, and plus it's going to keep the tournament safer as
Mhm.
far as any type of like injuries and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I feel
You
like
don't wanna-
a big part of it though, like with people like they want people to pull a lot of classes because that's a lot of money, you know what I mean? So like why wouldn't they let somebody pull amateur to 168 all the way up and then pro 168 all the way up because they're making that much more money off of it, you know what I mean? Or it's making the tournament that much better. I think that's
Well,
also
I'm a fan of like low level pros, like pull if they're like a 54 guy, if they pull a 76 amateur, like a higher weight class, I'm cool with that. But if they pull their weight class in amateurs, then no, there's no way.
But it depends on who it is, though. Like if
I mean,
it's
are we gonna let Pelko pull in like
Yeah, exactly. Like-
amateurs?
Oh, that,
yeah, no,
I get that makes sense. Yeah.
you know,
I don't know.
It
I think
depends
some
on
of the
who it
super
is.
heavies might crack him. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
like
But
Gage,
that would be okay in the
Gage-
pro class. That would be okay if he entered in pro class super heavies. But if he was in the amateur, I don't think that's
Yeah.
even fair against super heavy. I've beaten super heavies that are just they don't know what the hell they're doing. You can crush them.
Oh god, that's true. Yeah.
Like
So-
at least Kevin too, and this is Kevin we're talking about. If he were to go into an amateur 220, he might,
Oh,
wax
the crap out of him.
he'd murder.
right, right,
He'd-
right. And then that's like, well, okay, did anybody actually see anything? Did he really win a 220 class, or it was like, not really. You beat some amateurs. Like
Mm.
it's that to me, it's not even impressive. So why do it?
Right.
Like if he jumps up, let's say, and went to, and obviously we're beating on Kevin here a little bit, but like if he jumped up to the super heavies or the heavyweights in the pro class and he starts winning, well, that's just everyone. It's like Engen Terzi, right? John Berzink, you're awesome. You drop down into a lower division and then jumped up a weight class. That doesn't make you better. That just can't. I mean, that's weak. I mean, you're still fighting
Just
amateur.
that you're just more knowledgeable than
Right.
the other guy, but you're thinking, okay, well, this guy is bigger than me. He's possibly stronger than me, but I have the technical advantage. So could it even out? Whatever. But it puts bad taste in people's mouths.
Well, especially if they're well established too, like what Jack was talking about with Young. That was called that Travis Camp called him out at a tournament down at I think it was Alan Jackson's tournament where he was in the amateur class left-handed and he was smoking dudes. Like, I mean, it was almost like, oh geez, guys, like if you've got that much skill level, like you're that knowledgeable and you've trained with Alan Fisher, how are you going to an amateur tournament? Like, I don't know.
Right.
But that's everybody's got their own thing. So, you know.
Yeah, and to some extent too, even with people entering amateur classes that maybe shouldn't necessarily be in there, it's, at least in my mind, it's even a little bit permissible if they're just incredibly strong and, you know, like they could, for example, do super well in pro, but they want the experience and, you know, they've only been arm wrestling for like a year, but they're just a freak of strength. That's fine as long as you're not a freak of strength who's also super fast. Like part of the problem with Gabe Young is like he is strong. He's not like some absolute mutant powerhouse though. But the thing that was dangerous about that specific scenario is that he is super fast and he was diving into presses on people, doing all kinds of crazy shit. And if you're not experienced enough to kind of realize what's happening, it's obviously super dangerous. But if, you know, in the pro class, you can be as fast as you want. It doesn't really matter. Like people, like it's on them to know what they can and can't handle and realize when they're in a shitty position, as opposed to like, oh, you're an amateur, you're already diving into a shit position on top of someone who's insanely fast jumping onto you. Like they can be super strong. That's fine. At the end of the day, that's not what's going to get you injured. But what is going to get you injured is the other guy, you know, being a bullet and you trying to catch that bullet when you don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of what happened at Indiana with that arm break too. Those super heavy amateurs. That guy shoulder committed. The other dude just ran through his arm and broke it.
Was it? It looked like great until like, and then he was shaking at the beginning.
Well,
That's
he
what
was
scared me.
What that guy's actually a really good arm wrestler too. Like he arm wrestled a long time ago with like Sonny Gay and all those guys, like 04 to 07, and he just like
strong is different from good.
Yeah.
Yeah, do not conflate those two.
Yeah, for sure. But it just looked like he was shoulder committed so much, and then that guy just kept bringing him over, and then it just snapped, dude.
Seemed like a slightly turned in shoulder, but yeah, it's hard to tell in the video.
Yeah, it was rough, man. I hate to see it.
Was that amateurs?
Yeah.
That's a bummer. Let's see. We got Mr.
Wilkie's in here.
Wildman Arms himself. Yeah.
What up?
Dude.
What up?
Jeff Wilkinson. What's up, brother?
What's good, Billy?
What's up? What's up? How's it going?
You know, man, just picking up some groceries here. Just got done with practice a little bit ago.
Attaboy.
Yeah, about to go home and do some turning this football.
Cool, man. Cool. Nice to see you.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we
Yeah,
got
it's good to
Parker
be here,
Wise
boys.
in the house. Parker, I do believe from Steubenville. Tracy, you just got it right there, 100%. Yeah, so Parker's asking in the comment section. I have 4 months experience, first tournament, November 18, 176 amateur question. Yep, for sure. To be honest with you, I was, depending on how many medals I have available, I may just put in a novice, first timers only, for November 18. I just got to look at the medal situation. I haven't received them all yet. So, if I have them available, I'll probably just do a 200 split novice, first timers only, first tournament, that.
It'd be easy to weed who's new and who's not. It's based on how they put their leg. If they don't put it on the table, even the slightest, if you're brand new.
Oh, yeah.
It's like immediately.
Yeah, exactly. But if you got a guy in novice hooking their leg under,
Yeah.
It's like, what? First time on the table? I don't know
Well, I
about
used
that.
to watch
bro.
a lot of videos. Yeah. Okay.
I watched Devin a lot.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, it's crazy
And
how
you know what? You get a
much
lot
you
of
can
those guys
learn
coming
just
in like
by watching videos. It's
That was the
nuts.
two guys we just had started, man. They come on, and I mean they're strong boys, but and they got good for it. They watched Evan a few times. They pull each other in the bar every weekend, and they come on, and it's like they're super strong. It's first time on the table.
That's wild. That's wild, man.
And they're farm boys, and you can't tell they haven't pulled boy. You know what I mean? They've been farming since they were 6 years old.
Hey, Jeff, what was that one
They
cat's
feel they
from, you remember when I was over there at your one practice at the Bulldog Club?
Yeah.
What was that one really huge dude that was putting in some work with Tim?
putting some work with Tim. You mean yeah, I think that was he ended up going with Steel City Arms. I think he was one of the dude's co-workers. I'll have to find his name out, but he was like the biggest dude there, right? That's who you're
That
talking
dude was
about.
huge, man. He
was a freaking
huge.
unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have been one of the biggest people I've ever seen in person in my life.
Yeah, he's like what, 6'8", 350?
Yeah, yes. I mean, that dude was massive. Yeah.
Bigger than Mike? Bigger than Mike Ennis?
Oh, he
Yeah.
made
Oh,
Mike Yanis look like a sixth grader.
No.
Well, maybe not a
Swear to
sixth grader,
God.
but he was definitely bigger than Mike.
He was a big boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
wild.
Yeah.
Mike's chest up here isn't all that big. This dude's chest, like, it was like, you know,
The block there
Yeah.
on the door.
Yeah.
it was huge.
Yeah.
Let's see,
He had a
Parker's,
hand.
like I've been told, I'm pretty good. And yes, I hooked my leg, but only been on the table 4 months. And how have y'all heard of me? Yeah. Parker and Hunter. So Parker, if you're still here, Alex Bean is one of my teammates, and he said that he had pulled you down to Steubenville Friday night. And then Hunter, we know Hunter, he came to one of our practices up here in East Liverpool. So that's how we know some of you guys from down that way. Yeah. And then Tony Stansbury said, last year at the November tournament for Kiwanis, that was Tony Stansbury's first tournament, like first on the table. It was wild. He's one of those guys that just was so strong. He went into the novice, won 200 plus novice, and there you go. Now he's winning state tournaments,
Because
that dude is so strong. He could just put his arm like a newbie and just go
It's
like
crazy.
this to mine.
Yeah.
He's just so strong.
Dude's been working on diesel trucks for like 15 years. Been doing strongman. You know what I mean? He's a unit.
Yeah. Tony, I give him props, man. He's been a great supporter for the last year,
Oh yeah.
Great dude, always supporting, very nice people, him and his wife. But yeah, so I look to see Tony winning the amateur division.
Oh yeah.
That would be his third win for AMS, I do believe.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't-
actually he won mine. I think it might be time for him to go into the pro, because he won Kiwanis last year. Then he won down in Cincinnati, I do believe. And he just won.
I don't think he won in Cincinnati. I think Marion beat him, didn't he?
I'm
Marion.
not sure. I have to talk to.
Well,
Tony.
that's two. That's good. That's good enough. Pro
I think Marion Barger beat him.
or do both. You can do both too. I don't know if he did that at Ohio.
But Tony doesn't have a team to train with. He's only been doing this for, you know what I mean?
Where's
His
he
first
live?
time on the table was at Kiwanis last year.
Where's Tony live? I know he's
Austin.
part of that filthy animal staff.
Tiffin, I do believe. up by
Tiffin area.
You know who else lives in Tiffin?
Who?
You.
Yeah,
Zach?
I know. But
Johnny's
Zach
nearby too in Bellevue.
Zach doesn't.
Yeah,
do
he's been
practices.
to a couple practices up there.
Yeah, he's
Zach
been
don't
to
do
one of ours
practices
too.
no more. He's came to Johnny's a couple times for sure.
Now say if you're on the fence, because like here's where
Yeah,
I'm at.
Tony
I
won in
think-
Cincinnati, 231 plus.
Okay.
So Tony, I'm definitely suggesting that you go to the pros for sure. That's 3 wins, and not in small, apple cider festivals. You know what I mean? Those are pretty good size events. So definitely I'd like to see Tony take the step forward into the pro/open class for sure. What do you guys think?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to lose. And then you keep training and do the next one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Adam DeFrank. What up, Adam? He's pulling 76. Yeah, let's go. Adam's coming down for
Oh,
November.
that's exciting.
Tony said he'd been at 4 practices in 10 months.
Oh, no.
winning first place in 3 big events. That's
crazy.
hilarious. Dude, he's so strong. Chucky Peterson's here. What up, Chucky? Said Tony is a monster. Yes, he is. Parker said he's super excited for November. Yeah. Like I said, depending on the medal situation, I'll
So does that mean
Definitely
left-handed I
think
can go into novice?
what's that?
Left-handed can I go into novice?
No.
Well, that's kind of my
fair.
that's
You
kind of my
still have the
question though,
knowledge.
Gage. Like,
That's like if I go into the AMs, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I
it's
still have the
different. I don't even
knowledge.
train the left.
It doesn't matter. You still have the knowledge.
Oh, that's true.
but what about if you're jumping into pro early? So I'm thinking about jumping into pro at like most tournaments, maybe not like a Michigan State or Winter Blast, depending on. I mean, I don't know, but just having a year in now, I could go pro in my right, but if my left's not quite there. Would it be?
You still
But I
have the
go-
knowledge. That's what everybody's got to
Well,
realize.
that's what I'm saying though. But even on a year in
been-
though, so if they're saying 2 years for a pro, you
Well,
know, if you know what I'm saying though,
what-
like would it
All right,
be?
Jeff, what's your you got you won at Kiwanis, right?
Yeah.
All right, that was amateur 54.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. That was we didn't have amateur 54s. We did something different, didn't we? Or whatever it was. So you had first place at Kiwanis.
Yeah.
Then
First
you
and
just
yeah.
won amateur at West Virginia, right?
Yeah. And I took what was that? I took second pro at West Virginia.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And you did first place at Keystone, correct?
Yeah.
1 year in.
At Keystone.
Keystone, that was a pretty big class too,
That's
wasn't
a-
it?
AMs or pro?
That was
Yeah.
amateur.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was about to say, I'm like, there.
Okay.
I
Big,
kind of
though.
feel like regardless of amount of time in the sport or how many table practices you've been to, it kind of falls into 2 categories. And that's like, given the condition that you are going maximum intensity, are you likely to fuck yourself up or not likely to fuck yourself up?
Right.
That should basically be it. And the main differentiator there is just so refs have the ability to stop a match for dangerous position, or if they see something for amateurs. Obviously, no one cares what you do in pro. Snap yourself up, no one cares. So it shouldn't necessarily be more about time in the sport or anything specific like that. It should just be how likely are you to do something stupid when you're at maximum intensity. That's my take on the whole amateur versus pro thing.
I look at it also, if you're in AMs, how likely are you to hurt somebody else? You know, like I see a lot of nodding heads here. So if I went into a 200-pound novice or amateur class and I whack as hard as I could, it's possibly the guy might not know what he's doing or something like that, or not have as much experience and end up him getting hurt.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I would say for Jeff, me personally, I would say for sure full pro.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing, but just like curious, just because I just sometimes that confidence in my left, I'm like, I just don't stand a chance again because I could like
Neither do
when
I,
had my
brother. Neither do
like
I.
when I have my
Nobody
super
cares
match
about
with,
left.
But you got to
with David
understand what's the
Brittingham.
point. What's the goal? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
no
the
doubt,
goal
no doubt.
to
Like Scott said,
to get better. Or is it to just get that little
Yeah.
medal? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
so
you got the
you think
medals.
Jeff should pull left pro? What about me? Should I pull left pro since I have the knowledge?
Oh, you got tons of knowledge. Yes, for
So
sure.
you really? Wow.
Yeah.
I guess you never felt the left. It ain't nothing. just because the knowledge is there, it's just the
You
connection.
still have the knowledge.
Yeah,
Wow.
but you're,
Love the knowledge.
I don't know. I mean, my knowledge right-handed is I would say, as far as how to pull on all aspects of the table, I think I can do it everywhere right-handed. Left-handed
No,
I
that's
pull
not knowledge. That's ability.
ability. Well, but I know
Ability
but I
and
know
knowledge
how
is
to
two
do it
different things.
left-handed. I know how to do it left-handed. I just can't accomplish it the same way. Like my left, I can post. I can do this and post. With my right, I can't do that. It'll go like this. It goes like this.
Let me
So
write
it's
that down. Let me write that
yeah.
down.
But my left is got a whole. My left is completely different than my right, like in every way. Like even when I'm lifting, how it does it, how it accomplishes the task. It's just, because I'm left-handed too, though. So my hand is just more connected to me. But if you talk about actual like abilities, my right arm is stronger, and it's got all kinds of ability that my left just doesn't have. Even though my left knows how to do it, it just can't do it.
Yeah.
And equally so, my right can't do what my left does because let's just say I beat up on the right. I don't care about the right arm. It's my right arm, so I don't give a shit about it. My left arm I care about. But
So the whole fact though is if you showed up to a tournament and said, "Hey, I'm going to pull left arm amateur," everybody would go like this. What? You know,
For
I mean,
me,
that's
no.
that kind of, it's that kind of thing. You know, like if you're expected, if you're not expected, but if you are known as a high level puller, you know what I mean? That is going to come into effect whether or not you will not be let into an amateur class, you know?
that makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a high level puller, but I also have been pulling at tournaments since 2011. So I do have experience of that. But I still don't go. I mean, I've been pulling for 12 years at tournaments, and every time a ref says go, I don't move. I react to the opponent, which is how I like to arm wrestle anyway. I don't like to arm wrestle to I don't want to arm wrestle for a trophy. I don't want to arm wrestle because I beat you on a micro movement before the ref said go. I want to beat you because we both we initiated our power, and I either technically beat you or I was just that much stronger than you. If you beat me because you beat me on go, I could care less. And same with it doesn't matter to me. So I like to now at the same time, if I could fire off, that'd be great. But every time a ref says go, I don't think I've heard it in a decade. And I've tried even at Worlds.
Here we get a good point from Logan. Logan said, "Knowledge doesn't make your bone structure any stronger. Experience and long-term training has a lot to do with what you should pull." Good points there also.
So kids class, left-handed, gotcha.
Yeah. I'm there.
He opened this door, this punk.
So, I mean, these are all good points. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. For Jeff personally, I would think full open for sure. Or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
So you think with like not hitting on the go, do you think that you don't have a fast twitch muscle, or like what do you think it is?
I know I'm fast. I just can't hear. I just can't hear. Like I don't
Well,
hear it.
Your match
I'm not
against
hearing.
parents, you had headphones in.
Yeah, because I can't hear.
Oh, okay.
So because I can't hear you, like I can't. I just figured I might as well groove to my music and groove to my music, and that's why I felt perfect on Terrence Day. It was just when that hand blew up, I had nothing. And I didn't have nothing. I threw some bag of tricks at him, but because I wasn't connected to my hand anymore, I felt like I was disconnected from my moves. But since I couldn't hear, I don't know if you noticed, I just put that thing in my ear. I never turned it off. I had my music playlist going the entire time. I heard Billy when he would talk to me, but like if you notice, like even when in the foul with Mike, I didn't know what happened. All I know is somebody touched me on the shoulder and that meant to stop. And I don't know what happened. I don't hear any of the words you guys say. I can hear my dad. I can hear my girlfriend in the crowd. I can hear somebody call my name, but anyone next to me, I don't hear you. The same thing happened to me at Worlds. I thought about even going into the disabled class just because I can't hear. And I knew that they did a different version of goes. And I wanted that because I knew that they were going to do I would prefer lights, to be honest. I'm very good reaction. Like if you're talking about drag racing.
Okay. Like a light tree.
a light tree would be, so, but not a light tree in the sense of this bull crap like normal drag racing where it's like, oh, you go on the second yellow. No, no,
Yeah.
no. I mean like the lights are steady, and then
Bing,
when
bing,
they
bing,
turn
bing.
off, you go, or they
Yeah, like Street
they-
Outlaws.
Yeah, something like that. And then that for me
I get
visually,
I'll put a light on my
Yeah.
my forehead, and then
That'd be
have a
great.
little button. Have a little button thing. Ding.
that'd be great. Because then we both competitors look at the ref, and when the light turns on, we both go.
Yeah.
If my sound, like if you were to start me on sound at track, it'd be terrible. But if you start me with a light or in front of me and just drop your hands, I can see and I can go. But I have a very hard time converting my ears to do things. So that's why, like with Cage, I don't anticipate any flashes on either end unless he's just that much stronger and he flashes me. But I'm not fast.
I
So I
like
feel like-
slow and controlled. I don't
Yeah,
like
slow and
fast.
control, and then whoever wins control, that'll be who wins, and that's the type of way I like to pull. I like to pull for control. Same with like David, like he said, David pulls a very specific way. And I've been pulled like that before, but I just wasn't at that time 2 years ago with David. I wasn't, let's say, my wrists. I think I do have some nerve damage in there. I mean, I know I do, but my wrists weren't ready for that. They weren't ready for what David did to me. And since that, that's where I rectified that problem, and I felt so confident in Terrence. And then I was like, oh, now I don't have pain. I can't feel it. I don't know which one's better, having pain or not feeling something.
Yeah, the farm truck twirl. Yeah, there you go, Parker.
Gage, you're
Can
gonna
we talk
learn how to
about?
pull.
Can we talk about real quick? David and Gage's match from a few weeks ago. That
That was
was a great match.
Was
Gage coming back. Well, you were down 2-0, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Came
Yep.
back to win 3-2. How awesome was that?
I think the secret was the ref script. He wasn't able to load up as much. And then I was able to back pressure him out of his setup right on the go. I think that's what really stopped the whole thing. And my stamina is so much better than his, I believe, because by like the third match, I was like 100%. And he was like drained probably down to 50. So at that point, I was just draining him.
Now, was that David's first match back since he
Correct.
had
Oh,
a
his
had a-
first super match back. He had like a couple tournaments beforehand.
yeah, Jeff beat him down in West Virginia before that, I do believe.
That's why I wanted
Yeah.
to set up that match because I seen Jeff, because me and Jeff have it in Buckeye. I seen Jeff beat him, so I'm like, let's see if I'm in the same ballpark, and then I can.
Oh,
kinda
I think you and
gauge.
Jeff would actually be a really good match because you both are hookers, right arm.
I try to top roll. If they put me in a hook, I go with hook because I'm not
Okay.
feeling that. But if I can like load up good and then I can top roll, then that's where I'm gonna go. My post
You're
is
gonna
pretty
figure
strong.
something out.
Yeah,
Dude, I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
Logan,
three-
if you
at
can
least
hear
3
me, I'll
rounds
send
to
it
figure
to
it
you
out.
on Messenger.
No,
Somebody send a
I
link
for
to
one am
Logan.
extremely excited for it.
I can't do it. Hang on. You guys talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna try to send Logan this link.
Talk amongst
Jeff,
yourselves.
can you hear us?
No, I was actually really surprised. I was like to see Lawrence beat Chris was at
Yeah.
Ohio State was.
I want
Lawrence
to
is a
see. I want to see
dog,
a
dude.
super match with that. I think that'll show a different story, maybe, or
Lawrence
maybe a
is
closer.
Lawrence is a fighter, dude. He's been really grinding out here.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
he
mean,
definitely
but
has for sure.
the side with Chris, he did pull Masters too at the same time.
Yeah.
Ah.
But
Well, all
That
right.
does
That
make
gives
sense.
me a little bit of knowledge there then.
Yeah.
All right.
granted,
100%.
Lawrence has been working, but it's like
Hey, Jeff,
Chris
real
was
quick,
pulling
gentlemen.
Masters, so he had more
Yeah,
matches.
Sorry, guys.
Sure. It's just Chris's hand, man. I was just surprised. Chris's
That's
hand
what
is
I was
loose.
surprised at. I was just like, even after his match. I mean, I know he didn't. I mean, Drew got him good at Garage Wars, but geez,
Yeah.
just even like I said, his hand is awesome, and just to see that go down like that, I was like, holy shit.
Now, is Chris down by you, Jack, or is he?
Hey, real quick, gentlemen.
Are you talking Chris Louise?
Yeah,
I'm honestly not 100% sure where he's from.
Chris, I do believe is like by Carrollton, I do believe, or something like that. So it's like an hour and a half west of me, I do believe. So it's like halfway in between me and Columbus, I do believe.
Oh.
No 100% on that.
Might have to set up a Lawrence and him super match at one of your events, or at your what's it, Badger Battles or whatever you call it.
Yeah. Oh, who knows when I'll have one of those next.
All right, I will be back in about 20 minutes if you guys are still going.
Yeah, sounds good,
All right.
Robbie. Thanks for joining us. If we're not here, you never know.
Yeah, sounds good. I like these conversations. These are good ones.
Yeah, they're fun.
Logan Cooper.
Oh, Logan Cooper. I know who that is. Yeah. Good for
Yeah.
her.
Losing weight and breaking arms. Oh, sorry, my bad. He didn't do it. It was the other guy broke his own arm.
I was gonna say it wasn't my goddamn
This
fault.
is the exact thing what we was talking about. Like whether or not you're expected to be in pro or amateur. You know what I mean? Like after what happened down in Mississippi, it's like
That's
you
saying
knew
that-
it yourself right then and there that you didn't belong in amateur.
Well, I think that was just a very clear sign that I was kind of hesitant because it was like, okay, do I want to go into this thing and pull with Craig Toulier and all these guys and get my ass waxed, or do I want to sit? Because it's a different demographic. So I mean, there just because pullers down up here are, I don't want to say not as strong or whatever, but it's a different type of pullers down there. Like it's not around here. So I don't know what those guys amateurs are like.
Yeah.
But they're freaks. So I have no idea. But at that time, I'd only been pulling a little over a year and a half. So really, who's to say I shouldn't be an amateur? But I don't know.
I know from
kind of-
from personal experience, I would say definitely pro/open.
Oh, well, I'm
Right now, I'm saying. Back then, I kind of agree with you. It was like right on the line,
yeah.
But I don't think you did anything wrong or anything like that. Pulling amateur down there, Mississippi State, shoot, that's a big tournament.
Yeah, it is.
That's a huge tournament, and like you said, in somewhere where you're not usually pulling, like I would have pulled amateur also. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
but-
pulling up here,
I'd much rather go in, take an ass whooping than to have something like that happen again. So
Yeah.
not even going there with it.
So what's up, Logan? How's it going, man? How is training going?
It's going good, man. I mean, I'm coming back.
You feeling healthy? How's your arms feeling?
They feel good. That first practice was with you guys up there in East Liverpool. Since then, I've been consistent, practicing every week. I've been not pulling, but training throughout the week. So everything's been going good. I think you'll notice a big difference the next time I come back compared to where I restarted about a month ago.
Cool. That sounds good, man. That sounds real good. I'm looking forward to seeing you pull at November.
Yeah.
You bringing David with you in November, Logan?
Oh yeah. Yep. He'll be there.
All right, good.
Now, is David gonna pull pro or am? Now, David, I can see pulling amateur. Jeff has a lot more experience now.
He could. Then again, it's whatever. But it kind of goes back to what you said earlier about like, yeah, if you win 2 or 3 amateur things, you should pull pro. In that case, he should pull pro because he has won 2 or 3 amateurs.
He won up at mine, correct?
He won at yours. He won
Right hand or no, left hand. He won left hand 50 or whatever it was, 160, 165 or whatever it was. Left hand and
was
right.
But yeah, he's won quite a few.
Yeah, and he's made me look like a child on the left too. So
Place top 3 in every one that he's been to so far. Yeah, because he won the one what down south that he went to that I didn't go to. Oh shoot. It was that benefit. He went to that benefit down there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Mason
one-
Ohio, or
Yeah, Gary Woodworth.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was the RJ one, right?
Yeah, he won that amateur and
Who was that?
David Brodigam.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, I was there
Yeah.
for that one.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to David and
That's a
see what
cool-
else that.
That's a
See
cool
what
event
else he
to
has
go
done.
to, by the way. If you guys do want to go to that one this year, they're doing it again. It was really cool.
Yeah, I think it's the little girl got
Yep.
cancer or something. I
They
do
raised a
believe.
lot of money for RJ last year.
Yeah, I think it was over $10,000 or something like that. That's awesome.
And then
I'll-
you know they had that little raffle, and the guy who won it gave it all back. You know what I mean? It was cool.
That's great. That's great to see that. My thought on that, like, if somebody actually took the money, would they be like considered a jerk because so many people just give the money back? Like,
Yeah, that well,
You
you're
know,
kind
like-
of forced to. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's like you're kind of forced to. Like, yeah, it's like, do I take the money that I
There was
expected to take, or
I mean,
do
if I win a
let-
raffle, I'll donate some back, but I need some money.
there
Like,
was a couple there's a couple guys that did like a 60-40 or 80-20 split. You know what I mean? Like gave
I think
some
that's your
back.
best bet.
So some of the guys there just gave everything that they won from that day or whatever they won. The guy who won the raffle, it was like $2,000 or something like that. He just gave it all towards it.
That is awesome.
And that kid, I think the kid made a full recovery, and
That's awesome, man.
it was a great turnout. There was a lot of good matches. Cameron Smith and Sonny Gay, they had a great match there. They had a war. There's some good pullers there.
Yeah. So, how about other Ohio arm wrestling topics? Does anybody have any other topics that you'd like to discuss? Shoot them out there. I don't care. Whatever you guys want to talk about, it's fine with me.
You think they're going to make another list this year of all the tournaments in Ohio like it was last year? That'd be really cool to have, so you could plan it out for the year again.
Yeah. Man, we had so many events this year.
Dude,
Everybody
it was
fighting over
so
weekends and stuff.
It was cool though, man. Like I pulled so many tournaments this year. It was nice.
Yeah.
I learned so much.
You got some people that like pulling 8 tournaments a year, and then other people that can't pull that many.
Well, we just never do ready goes in practice. So like all the ready goes that I learned were from tournaments.
Yeah. You guys don't do ready goes at your practices?
Not really.
Why not?
Don't know.
Got to go to a better practice.
Oh my goodness.
Just
oh
don't
yeah,
do
you got to
ready
get a
goes.
couple. You got to get a couple in there every now and then.
Or if we
Yeah.
do already go. Well, Perkins doesn't do practices anymore. You know what I mean? So it's just me and my arm wrestling table and a couple buddies. So.
Well, you can YouTube ready goes and then just put it on and then like every 10 seconds it'll say ready go.
Well, yeah, no, I do it with like a band and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying like with an actual hand in a tournament format. You know what I mean? Like that's how I
Scott,
learn.
we was just talking about this today, wasn't we? The whole ready go. The
Yeah,
whole
ready
ready go
goes.
thing. Tracy, if you want, dude, I sent Drew and somebody else an audio recording. It's like 25 seconds of me saying ready, go.
Billy,
I
I'm
got
gonna
I
need
got
that.
it. I got it.
Yeah. I'll look in the messages from Drew. I think it should still be on there, and I'll forward it to you.
I got it, Billy. I was practicing with it.
Oh, nice. So you already have it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, mine and Christina's are fairly very similar, so I don't see why hers would be any different.
Yeah.
You know. Parker Wise in the chat said, "Ready goes, kill my tendons." After a while, yeah.
Sometimes
Well,
you
he's
need to
only
beat
4
them up.
months in, so give
That's
it about another year. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
4 months in. I've seen that dude on the ArmBet app. I think since not long after I've started.
Really, Parker?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I sent him a message. It says he's from close to here.
Yeah, like a half hour away from you, I do believe.
Yeah.
I've probably invited him up to a practice too, but who knows? I've probably gone and messaged everybody on the Arm Bet app within an hour and say, hey, this day usually we have practices at 7. So some people message back, some people don't. Some people show up once and you never see them again because they go crazy and they're like, going nuts on the practice table first
And
time
they think
out.
they
They're
got
like,
injured seriously.
oh, dude.
Dude, I can't tell you how many times we've had people come out and like you won't hear from them for like a month, and I'll message them. I'll be like, "Hey, did you go to the hospital or something? Like it hurt, didn't it?" You know what I mean? But people like I didn't sleep after practices for like the first
Johnny.
4 months, 5 months.
Oh yeah, dude.
I couldn't sleep.
So much ibuprofen and
my girlfriend hated it.
Advil.
I remember my first practice. I went the day after. I poured 20 yards, sat on my hands and knees, and scrubbed rock. That was real fun.
Yeah, I pulled with Mike Innes. Mike Innes.
Dude, that made me just like, oh. Dude,
that's Mike Innes as hard as I could, dude.
I have a kind of similar funny story. Like after the first practice I ever went to was Brothers in Arms. Probably went like 3 hours. I was like 45 pounds lighter than I am now and just got absolutely destroyed. And the next day I worked and I'm at work. I'm a firefighter. And that night at the kind of towards the end of our shift, we had a structure fire. There was a victim that we wound up kind of pulling out. And, when you're dragging someone or whatever, you're kind of arms that 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
And all that. And like adrenaline was going, absolutely felt nothing. As soon as we get the guy in the back of the medic and we're driving to the hospital, I'm the one driving.
Screaming.
Everything hit me. So we're going down the highway like 90 miles an hour. And I'm driving the medic with my fucking knees because my arms are hurting so bad and they're throbbing so bad that I physically cannot get my hands up on the steering wheel. So we're just absolutely ripping down the highway and I'm driving with my legs. And I was like, I remember very clearly thinking like, oh, cool. Yeah, I can never go to another practice. I can't do this. It's it is incompatible with work. And then after 3 weeks of recovery, I was like, I'll try it out again. And just did that cycle, for the first year until I could go to practices without being miserable.
Yeah, once you get some good recovery workouts, I've met the rice bucket. I try to do this every night now, and I'm like, I do recover well with that. And in the build up, like you said, like 4 to 6 months, you start getting that build up, and it usually goes away. Like I said, the tendonitis will flare up every now and then, but
I just did 2 practices every week and took hot baths for 6 months, and then all the pain went away from like tendon shit. Like I still get pain after practices, but it's nothing like what it was.
Oh, dude.
I just hit.
You remember at the
2
beginning whenever you're trying to sleep and your arms are just going.
I'd lay on my arm to like cut the circulation off so it wouldn't hurt.
So it'd go numb.
Well, because my girlfriend would be like, why are you complaining and moaning and kicking around and whining? I'm like, dude, this hurts, man. Like I used to get done with practice and my hands, I'd be shaking my phone because I couldn't text. Because my tendons were just shot. You know what I mean?
The amount of icy hot, all that
dude.
Pain relievers. Yeah.
I'm so glad that's over with now, dude. But man, I was like, when does this pain go away? And they're like, oh,
it scares people away. That pain scares people.
Oh, it does. That's the thing. You got to be a little bit messed up in the head to do.
Sign up for it again. Yeah.
It's not for the minded or people that don't take pain well.
No.
Yeah. But it's worth it once you get past that threshold, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I love the sport. I met so many
the camaraderie that comes with it, the brotherhood that comes with it, the physical change, the mental change that comes with it.
Now I know I'm not training hard enough.
Sport just works out. Johnny Jarrett in the house. What's up, guys? How about that match with Johnny and Joel, man?
Joel Hudick, yeah,
Woo!
dude.
That was Johnny surprised that boy.
With the lefty.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. But Joel beat him twice in the finals, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, but a win's a win.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta peace out of here for tonight, but Billy, thank you for putting this together, and thank you everyone for hanging out and talking.
Later,
Yeah.
Jack.
All right,
Jack.
see you guys. You all have a good night.
You too.
No, I saw Joel's face after he lost to Johnny.
Yeah, dude.
Joel's face was like this. He's like, oh, where did that come from? Because he usually doesn't lose.
Yep.
Who was the guy that was also in their class that was in the white T-shirt? I think it was in the military?
Chadwick or something like that.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere.
Yep. He was a strong guy. Johnny beat him too, but
Mm-hmm.
he was a strong fella.
Well, I commented on Johnny's forum post. I said, John, you're not allowed to post on here anymore.
Yeah, he's unreal.
No
Johnny's
freaks
my
allowed.
dude, man. He's such a good dude.
I like to
Everyone-
train with him. He's very strong.
Oh yeah, his practice. I enjoy going out to his practice. Yeah.
And I do left, so like
Yeah.
nobody pulls left, you know what I mean? So it's
I'm
nice
just
to
glad
have
his right
Johnny.
is his weak arm, so I can give him something.
Nice.
I hate that you beat me up on right, and then I'm like, Gage, let's go left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not even
Hey,
fair.
one of these days.
Dude. I can't wait.
Oh, that's hilarious, guys. Parker
Johnny
Wise just
Jarrett in
said,
the house, right? Johnny Jarrett, hey, what up? It's Scotty.
hey, Parker just said, yeah, the tendon recovery in the diesel mechanic field is rough. Just waiting on that time to go by.
Yeah.
So he's got it right now, boy.
Yeah,
4 months in.
That's
Oh,
how
gotta
how
be hard.
Tony is.
Yeah.
That's how Tony
Yeah.
Stansberry is, because he does
Diesel
diesel
mechanic.
mechanics on semis.
Yeah. It's almost as if doing that job, you can only compete like once
Yeah.
every,
Well,
X
that's
amount of
why-
time.
That's why Tony has a hard time going to practices, because he's
Yeah.
got that tendon pain, because he's picking up 150-pound brake rotors. You know what I mean?
Right. And the more I see it, guys, the more I see it is the longer you're in the sport, the less you have to go to practice.
Yeah.
The first year, yeah, okay. If your body can afford to go to practice once a week, yes, get the information and the technique into your brain and into your body. But after that, the need for table time becomes less, and the need for strength becomes more.
Yeah. That's like a big point in where I'm at now, because like I never did weight training really in my life. So I'm just getting to a point where I need to have like a back, you know what I mean? So I can load up into it and stuff like that. So I feel like
Yeah.
going to all those practices, I learned how to do so much, you know what I mean? I still have a lot to learn, but
Dude, I think you're doing great.
I definitely need a lot more strength.
100%. You're doing great.
Well, over the years, I've dabbled of doing just strictly pulley system and table time versus going to the gym, or a little bit of both. I found the most success just pulley system and table time versus going to the gym and actually lifting dumbbells and stuff. The pulley is where I really, and the different handles that you get with it is just everything.
But I
It's
also
specific.
Yeah.
How long have you been pulling?
This
Gage?
sport is a specific sport. I mean, is doing leg presses, that's not gonna do any good for us, and for the most part, so. And also we got to think, is it doing other stuff? Is it building unnecessary weight on other parts of our body that we
That's
don't
why I
necessarily
pumpkin train
want?
right arm only. I don't want to build the muscles on the left.
Yeah, right.
Because I walk around right now at 157. So I'm trying to get to walk around at 154, just walk into a tournament. That's my
How
goal.
sweet would that be? Oh
That would
man.
be so sweet.
that's what I'm doing for 220. I'm like 225, 226 right
But
now.
trying to keep the strength on top of the weight it's going to be hard. But consistently for the last couple of weeks, I've been around 159. So
How long you been pulling, Gage?
since 2018, I started in Wisconsin with a guy an old guy in a basement.
Okay.
Did he
Yeah,
have
then-
ball on there?
So
The wife gave me the look. She started giggling. Old guy in the basement.
yeah,
Guy in the
I had to
basement.
travel every weekend. I travel about an hour.
Yeah, that's Justice and me. Justice pulling with some old guy in the basement.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Every
Oh my
weekend.
goodness! You see this,
travel an
Gray?
hour, yeah.
I'm the old guy in the basement. That's hilarious.
Interesting. So whenever you messaged me and told me you were super new to take this match with you,
I never said that.
the lie detector determined that's a
Well,
lie.
technically, this year's the only year I've
that's a
been
Maury.
consistent.
Interesting.
Maury.
So it's gonna feel real weird though when you get waxed, then, right?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
snap.
Oh snap!
That's
Love it.
crazy.
Love it.
Hey, what we'll do is we're gonna try to set up a Badger battle for you guys or whatever, so that way you guys can meet in the middle. Yeah.
Well, if we both go to your tournament, we
Are
might
you,
meet in
you
54.
are you coming down?
Yeah, if I can make weight to 54, which shouldn't be an issue. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. That would be cool. I hope to see a couple. I hope it's a good turnout. I'm excited to come to the tournament.
Yeah, the
for
only
real.
downside it'll be like a week after me and Robbie's match. So hopefully I'm like at least back up to 80%.
Yeah.
But you never
for
know.
sure.
If I'm like absolutely beat like I was after David, then I may not make it. But we'll see.
Yeah, I can see that being a tough one. I don't know what kind of puller Robbie is, but I know a match after Dave would be exhausting. Just going into that hook for a while like it.
Robbie's a strong puller too.
Yeah,
man. It's
yeah.
gonna be a match. I believe.
Yeah.
What do you guys think for recovery time now?
3 days.
Yeah.
Mine's
Usually.
like 2 weeks
Usually.
after a hard match.
Like it depends
That's
on like
okay.
I've never had a super match before, so I won't know for the super match until November 11th. But typically after like a tournament, even if I go really hard, like if I do the baths, some light band work, and rice bucket, I'm cool after 3 days. I can go.
Well,
to
I
another-
can't remember the last time I was 100%. So like if I can get to 80, I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah, because I did the Border Wars and a week before David's match, and I was probably 80% going into that match. And then after I was probably sore for about 4 days, and then I was good.
I feel like I've been 100% for every one of my tournaments I went to.
I mean, I feel like 100% up until like Friday, and then I wake up Saturday and it's like, oh, my shoulder's kind of cracked a little bit, or my wrist feels funny. Other than that,
Yeah. The key thing is for me is work. If I can like manage to like take it somewhat easy at work, I'm usually decent. But like if before a tournament, I'm like nervous about pouring, like we have a huge pour or something like that. And you know, it's just like how fresh can I actually be? But
or if I
you can
warm up
always-
and then they go a little too hard, it's like, and I'm kind of feeling a little weird after. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be smashing my hands and fingers when I'm laying floor sometimes, man.
right,
Or
like the next thing you
tournaments.
know, you gotta go compete, and it's like, oh shit.
I like smashed both these fingers before the Ohio State championships. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna smash these fingers today, and then bam, and I was like,
Oh,
but
dang.
but by the time the championship came around, I was cool. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
And I pressed everybody anyways.
All right, one topic I wanted to talk about. I know it's probably not going to be popular with a lot of people, but the ranking system in Ohio, I think it should be top 10 instead of top 20. I say this because usually every time they do an update, they say, oh, inactivity. And then, but somehow they keep filling it up with new people. And a lot of those new people are like random amateurs that pull one tournament and then they're on the list. I feel like a ranking system should be like something you thrive to get to. And if you randomly get onto a list right after a tournament that you go 0-2, it's like, are you really one of the top 20 in Ohio? So
Well,
I think
you gotta
top
think,
10,
You got to
top
think
10
this
is kind of like,
this just started, right?
yeah.
What, last year or something like that?
Has it? Okay.
You have to fill the list out, and then it gets, we're still in the process of getting people in the right spot, right? You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Mhm.
Like the 54 class, right? You guys are slowly getting to the actual right, people where they're, theoretically supposed to be, and like the 98 class, that's pretty close to being dead nuts, and me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a 20 because it gives people something to work towards,
Yeah.
But I feel like
That's just
20 is
me.
too much because how many, like a lot of the lists aren't even filled out yet.
Imagine
And-
living in Pennsylvania and having nothing at all.
and
Oh,
I have
yeah.
nothing
I
at all.
gotcha.
And I feel bad for you there, Jeff.
Because I think what some of the heavier weights on the left, they still have like 6 slots open. So like if I was a heavyweight and I just randomly pull a tournament, maybe get 1 win in amateur, that puts me on the list, you know?
But would that create something in your mind in order to better yourself, in order to maybe move up that list?
Maybe, but I feel like it'd be different if it was like 10 and then you had like maybe like couple star asterisk ones that kind of like pending on that list type thing.
Mhm.
But
I could see it going either way. I mean, top 10. Yeah, I can see it going either way.
because it's like you're number 20, right? It's like, okay. And then most of the, not to call anybody out, but like most of the 20 guys are like amateurs that got 1 win out of a tournament. And it's like, okay, you're on the list, but then you fall off in like 6 weeks or how long it takes you to fall off at the next tournament. So it's like, yeah, you made the list for 1 tournament and then you fall off at the next one because you don't go to that tournament and somebody else gets 2 wins instead of 1 win. Does that make sense?
Right.
That's
So it would kind of
why are amateurs professional?
not
lists?
force people to go to more tournaments, but it would create the inclination for guys to want to go to more tournaments so that way they can stay relevant.
Because I think half the
Because-
list are like half of the guys on the list are like amateurs. Because I can think in my head like most of the.
Oh,
So it's like it's kind of, I feel like if it's an Ohio ranking, so it should be like, I guess the pros are like, you know, so 10
Well, that's-
maybe 15
Oh,
would be
OPAR, it's Ohio Professional Arm Wrestling rankings.
yeah
Why are the on the professional rankings?
that yeah.
shoot, I was 220 number 7, you know, after a year into this, and I had no idea what I was doing. No idea what I was doing. So did
So
that
like even though they're like
did
top
that what
20,
I'm saying is that list, even just being thrown on it, okay, well, I got something to work towards. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe I'll lose a little bit of pounds and maybe try to get my name up the list or something like that, you know.
That's what I did.
You know, maybe if Tracy wasn't on that list, would he have lost that 80 pounds?
I wouldn't have, and that's why I lost that weight. To be
And I
honest
think that's a
with you.
big thing for the top 20, even with this AERs, the air system, which is really cool because you can really, you just kind of see your work paying off if you're into it. Now, determining like whether or not you're going to rise on that list, that's a matter of how hard you're going to work at it. So, if you are number 20 and you're just some amateurs that pulled at 1 tournament, you want to be 18, or you just cool with just seeing your name on a list for a couple months and, but it's definitely both fields of it, but like,
And
to
I've
the
also
top 20.
I've pulled enough pros in the amateur bracket though to climb up on some of these
I guess,
rankings
yeah, that's
anyway.
valid.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's valid.
I'm like, but it also like you said, Billy. You know what I mean? Like I was super heavyweight, and they ranked me at 220, and I was like, well, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna arm wrestle 220. So I lost all that weight. I started wrestling amateur 220 events, and now I'm actually ranked pretty decently at 220. I'm gonna be making my pro debut soon. So
Look at Gasky. He sounded more and more like Todd Zella every day. Look at this. Let's be honest. We're all amateurs unless we're getting paid contract. Those are true professionals.
True.
Man,
This guy.
well, Todd is rubbing off on this man. He's milking off of Todd over there at those practices.
Second on the world level teat, huh?
Oh, Jeff, you missed the whole milking conversation earlier.
Okay.
milk in the arm.
Yeah, you missed it. We're making a t-shirt and everything. Oh, by the way, you're making the t-shirt, sweetheart. Christy just found out that she's gonna create a t-shirt for it.
I'll take a medium.
Get the Chris
Let's see here. Parker had a comment down here. Johnny Jarrett wants to know, Scott, are you getting ready for Tim? And Scott's gone, so yes, he's still training every other day, I do believe is what he's doing, but I'm not sure. Chad Warner and Johnny Jarrett, they had a great match too. That was a fun one. I loved watching those guys go at it. That was a good one because Chad is very technical, very good. Little minor movements and stuff. And That was a fun one. Parker Wise also said, it's always a toss up to whether or not I'll be okay at a weekly practice. If I get diagnosis work, then he's fine. But few spring pin bushings and brake jobs, then that practice that week is ruined for him.
Yeah. Those brake jobs are rough on those semis, dude. They're 150 pound
man.
drums, dude. They're rough.
Yeah.
Who does Parker train with?
I think it's the Steubenville Weirton group. I do believe Hunter.
And them guys?
What's that?
Austin Bell and them guys?
Parker, if you're still here, is Austin Bell part of your crew over there? I still haven't got to go down there. It's only a half hour for me. I don't know why these guys haven't came up to ours on Thursdays, but
Well, Billy,
it's probably a bad time.
Billy, I don't know what you're doing this coming Sunday, but we're supposed to be having a big practice. I guess the Muddy River boys are coming up. Some guys from Pittsburgh are coming down, not like Mike D'Ambrosio and his crew, whoever those guys.
If it's at noon, I'm not going to make it.
It's at 11.
Yeah, well, I'm
Where's
I'm
it
not
at?
gonna search for it.
Wheeling, West Virginia.
That's probably like what, 4 hours from me?
Oh yeah, easily. It's an hour from me. So if it's 3 hours to me, then you know what you're doing.
3 hours, 20 mintes.
Yeah, Parker said that
4
that person is part of his crew. Yes.
Oh, well, Parker, I told Austin about the practice and whatnot. So you guys are more than welcome to come also.
Parker,
Anybody?
what day do you guys normally practice? Put it in the comments if you can. Because I'd like to come down and pull with those guys. I've got to pull with Hunter. Can't remember Hunter's last name, but I get to pull with him at a practice. Very strong kid, but he definitely needs the technical knowledge for sure. I can help with that. I can't help with the strength aspect. Let's see here.
Boy,
Johnny said I could go along with the top 10 only because it would be easier to track and update.
That's my boy.
Let's see here. Rich Gasky said pulled with Todd Zella last Tuesday and he's still broken. Yeah. Well, if you're pulling with Todd Zella, you're obviously trying to give your everything into it just to maybe see his hand move past center.
Yeah.
Just do it for the experience.
Yeah, exactly. Like how often are you going to grip up with him, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. Parker said it's him, Tim, Lewis, Hunter Ayers, Austin Bell, usually Tuesdays in Weirton. Tuesdays. And I wouldn't mind getting down there for a Tuesday practice for sure.
What time on Tuesdays?
Yeah, what time on Tuesdays, Parker? He said Hunter pins Tim lefty nowadays. What? On a good hit sometimes.
Hunter who?
Hunter Ayers. He's
I don't know if I
very
know
strong.
him.
He's a young kid. Yeah. I pulled with him once.
what's he weigh? Probably 230, 240.
Yeah, like 240, 245.
But like an absolutely solid 240. Like
Yeah.
he's a big ass dude.
Yeah, wait until he gets his hand and wrist worked. Like his arm's very strong and he's got a good press and everything, but his hand is still, it's a non-arm wrestling hand.
I heard his hook is crazy.
Oh yeah, he's very strong.
I want to see him pull either John or Cody. John Winkler or Cody Eller, who trained with us,
Yeah.
to see how he fares up against John.
5:30 p.m. on Tuesdays in Weirton. I could probably make that if I don't have to work.
Where's this location at? Ohio?
It's an hour south of me. So
Oh.
for you, it's 4 hours.
Oh, it better be worth it.
Weirton's an hour
okay.
south of you.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
it?
got an hour. Yeah. Because you're right there next to Weirton pretty much.
I'm like 35 minutes from Weirton.
What? No. I meant Wheeling. Sorry. I was thinking
Oh.
Wheeling. Weirton is a half hour from me, half hour from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
We're-
So Gage,
we're
it'd be
in West
about
Virginia, or-
3.5 hours for you for Weirton.
We're in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Let us know. We'll set up a huge practice if you guys want in Liverpool, if you guys want, or else just go to Logan's. That's going to be a huge one too.
Yep. Paul's gonna be there. Whole nine.
Where is that going to be in Wheeling?
It's gonna be at John's house. It's hold on.
Oh, Winkler's house?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he got that big garage, doesn't he?
Well, it's gonna not at his direct house. His mom used to live up above him, like up on the hill. Passed away, so we have it in her garage. In the garage up there, it's his chopper shop.
Oh,
But,
beautiful.
Let me see here.
Well, gentlemen, it's about time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, I got one more question, and then I'm out of here. So, a while back, I heard you guys or Billy and somebody were talking about like a round robin.
Yeah.
You
that
ever?
went off the wayside.
I think it'd be cool because I see the Tennessee guys doing it. I know it's like nationally they do all that,
Ray
but, like,
Jenkins.
just seeing like one even 76s, 98s, just even if it's like 8 guys at a tournament instead of super matches, I think that'd be really cool. If you can get like at least 6 to 8 guys committed.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, it would definitely
something
be
new,
people voluntarily, obviously everybody does it voluntarily, but like
Mhm. It don't even have to be like the top 8 guys or whatever. It can just be
Yeah.
any,
But,
get your name out there, I guess.
I'll catch
I
you guys
just heard
later.
more, personally, I just heard
November
more
18th has the possibility of
negative
being
comments
that, I
about it than positive. That's all that I,
Yeah.
The negative comments about it. Oh, if this happens, blah blah. It vastly outweighed the positive comments that was coming in about it. So I was like, it sounds like more people would rather not do it. It was a fun idea. I'd love to see it, but when it comes down to it, some people, don't want to get into a war and then get flashed by somebody the next
thing that
match that he knows that he can beat, so it's like, meh.
The thing that I noticed with that is like even the one that Kevin did, like that really shook up the rankings in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
And Kevin should have never even pulled that.
And realistically, it doesn't determine who the top 10 really are.
No.
Because
on that day, that's all it is.
Because one person might get fatigued faster than the other one. But if they're both fresh for fresh, the other person might win.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's a big downfall of that whole system there, I think, as well, just because of that fact. Like, I don't know, he lost that so fast, but, what, 2 weeks before he was over in, Arm Wars.
Oh, it was less than that, dude. It was like 10 days.
10 days. Yeah, that's what I mean.
10
That was
days
crazy.
he was over
right?
in England. And
It
I
took
do
him 2 months to
believe
recover from
it
what he
might have
went
been
through
less
over
than
there.
that. I think it was more like 8 or 9 days he was pulling. And
That was an absolute battle, and then he's going to come back and pull the top, 10 guys in America.
that would have been a 3 week or a month recovery for me. That battle
at
that he went,
least.
At
least the way he was hanging on, I did that at Winterblast. It took me 4 months to recover my left. The way, you know what I mean?
Because you're old.
You're right. You ain't wrong, Billy.
No, you're what, like 33 ish?
34.
34. Yeah, I knew he was a few years younger than me.
Yeah, my 34 body. The knees are about 52. Arms are about 49.
Yeah, I'm
Brain's
understanding
about
now.
14.
Yeah, like we talked about the other day. I'm understanding now that type of work just
it beats you up.
It beats you up. But well, you can't.
Hey, I blame my dad.
Can't do nothing on the couch, so.
No.
Sure you can.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Only if you're Logan.
Band right here, and I sit here and I'll just work with it from the couch. Easy.
Not all of us are genetically gifted as you, though.
He's a freak. Logan's a freak. Don't ever let him try to tell you he's not.
This is true.
Freak of nature. somehow.
I think the November 8th. I think that's going to be a big, actually, pretty big turnout. I'm excited to see all
I'd,
of it
I'd
go.
like to see if
I hope
to be
it's a
honest
big.
with you, if we get over 100 entries, I'll be ecstatic
Yeah, I'm
because
bringing
of the
4 brand
amount
new
of
guys with us.
events that we've had. In the last year, everybody's boom, 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 boom. We got so many events in Ohio, not necessarily on this side of the state, but we have had so many events, and you saw the numbers in these big tournaments. They're all down because there's so many. You know what I mean? And people aren't gonna want to drive 3 hours when they could wait 1 week and drive 45 minutes down the road. So if we get over 100 entries, I would be really happy because we had I think 123 last year. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. First tournament, that we put on and we got over 100. I was like, awesome. Now this time over 100, yeah, that's good. But it's because of the amount of tournaments out there.
I think it'll be bigger than that this year. And I'm hoping
definitely
I think so too.
I would welcome it, but I'm realistically hoping for 100. That would be awesome.
I'm bringing 4 brand new guys with us. Farm boys, strong fellows. Can't wait to compete.
Old farm boys, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to it.
Boy, them farm boys are tough.
Yeah.
Billy,
So,
do you have 76 that are going to be there?
No, I saw your message about that earlier. Who knows? Who knows who will show up? That last year when we did the Pottery Festival, the cash tournament, Noel Nunez showed up. And I didn't even know who he was. I was brand new into the sport, about a year and a little bit more. And Noel Nunez shows up at East Liverpool for a little arm wrestling tournament.
Yeah.
I was like, Tim had told me who he was, and I was like, oh, really? That's that guy? The poor schmuck that I am, I was like, you want to pull amateur or pro? I was like, after the fact, Tim goes, you know who that is? I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, he told me who it was. I was like, oh boy, I sounded like a jag-off right there. Big old jag-off. But I mean, you got to be in the sport for so long before you have the knowledge, whatever.
All right, I'm out of here. If Robbie was there, I was gonna wish him luck if I haven't talked to him since our match. And then Jeff, ready to get 3-0'd or what?
Oh
I
snap!
sure am, buddy.
Hey, maybe if we meet up in the Billy's tournament, maybe I would slide Tim some cash to put us first round.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That would be fantastic.
But it would suck if we're at the same tournament and then we don't meet up to each other. That would suck.
I think you can.
Yeah.
Those the computer systems, they're obviously randomized, but I do believe you can edit. First round. I think.
I mean, first round. If we can
First round.
I mean, if you don't mind, I don't mind as well.
Oh no, dude! I don't mind nothing when it comes to you know what, man. I'm down for it all. I'm game for it all.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm ready to party no matter what.
If I'm healed up from the match with Robbie and then I make 54s, we'll see.
You better make sure you.
I don't want to hear none of that mess. You better be 54. You better be there. That's it.
I mean, with video chat in the weigh-in, maybe that'd be
perfect. There you go. Just do
just make sure you check for the duct tape over the scale, Billy. I need to lift it up and everything.
It'll work out just fine.
Yeah,
no doubt.
All right,
Logan.
I look
you guys got a bunch of guys coming up for November.
I think I'm coming. David's coming. John, I'm not sure about Cody. I think that's all we got as of right now.
I'd like to see Cody Smith and John. Oh, you don't think Cody got anything for John?
No. Nope.
Ooh.
Cody's my dude, but No.
Dude, John's on another level, man.
He is. And we've been working on some of his weaknesses, and he's just I think he actually gets stronger by the minute and by the pull. Like most people get weaker as the practice goes on. I'm pretty sure John gets stronger, which doesn't make sense, but I'm pretty sure John's some type of scientific anomaly. So
I remember pulling him at your place last summer, dude, and I was just like, and I went back, and then my arm just went like this.
Yeah,
like, oh, boy,
he's something else, man. He's crazy. He really is.
very, very strong. But all right, guys, do you guys have any other topics before I get off here? We've been on here 2.5 hours. I'm ready to get ready for bed.
Yeah, I gotta go rub Sammy's feet here, so I gotta get off myself.
Yeah. Logan, I wish you got on earlier, brother, but that's okay.
Yeah, I had to get a shower and go see my boy and whatnot.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, everybody. That's still on the chat and watching live. Thanks for being here. You guys, as Coach Ray
see you
says,
soon,
what
bro.
does he say? Love arm wrestling or whatever.
Yeah.
Arm
Stay
wrestling.
strong, love arm wrestling. All right, guys. You guys have a great night.